That's a lovely touch by Licky. Oh, chance and a goal! Craig Goodwin has scored. Wonderful moment for Australia. And a World Cup goal that dreams are made of.
It was what dreams are made of.
Dreams are made of, and you got to say, what a start. And there was a shot not long afterwards, and you thought it went just above the right-hand corner, and you're thinking, wow, if they get that, it would really upset them. But in the end, it just looked like
boys.
It looked like an AFL side playing against a Div 7.
Yeah.
Should say, though, first open goal for the Socceroos in 8 years.
So that's what I mean.
Amazing.
And Goody, we're going to celebrate.
It was a great moment. It was a great moment.
Yeah, but we're going to celebrate that today. We're going to speak to his coaches, Carl Viet. We're going to speak to his fiancée over there in Qatar. I want to say this. AFL footy cannot give you what that goal gives soccer fans and people like me, that unbridled explosion of absolute joy and emotion that is just next level, Timmy. The Reds do it for me when they score.
Yep,
it
absolutely.
is just... Did you see Fed Square?
It went off. Absolutely went off.
It is just joy beyond belief. But the next 84 minutes ended in absolute tears. France nailed 4 and they just simply were too good.
Hernandez, good shape on the ball in, and the headers level things up. Adrien Rabiot. First time Ryan has worn the armband. Atkinson under pressure. Rabiot takes over. The cutback's on, and Giroud has scored. Dembele near post. Mbappe scores. There it is. He was threatening in the first half. It is away. What pace and great quality. There it is. Olivier Giroud at the double.
Kylian Mbappe was next level unbelievable. Got a goal. He had a hand in the rest of them. If he had played for Australia, we win. That was that. No, serious. If he had a yellow and green top on, we would have won that.
Certainly showed their class, I thought.
Unbelievable.
As a whole team and a country, they showed their class.
Didn't they?
Look, the thing you mentioned there about, AFL, I think it's interesting that the USA and Australia are probably two countries that their first game or their football code as such is dominated by two separate games. It's not soccer.
Soccer's not number one.
Australia's dominated by AFL
Yeah.
and it's dominated by the NFL over there. And it's interesting that until I think, and it was the point that Simon Hill made with us, he said until they start putting that money into soccer and
getting grounds,
getting all the rest of it up
coaching,
to all of that, then we're going to continue to be batting way above our average.
Now you know what I...
So you're telling us we're no chance?
No, I'm not.
No, yes you are.
I'm not. What I'm saying is
yes you are.
It's just a good point to say that's why perhaps they're behind.
And they will always be behind.
All right, well, if that's the way you feel, never give them a chance, ever?
No. Here's our coach,
Hope
Graham.
you lived 80.
We've been working hard on building that belief, and the way we started, I think that they believed. We just got punished by our mistakes, and the delivery of their crosses was right on target. But that's that game gone. It was good that the other result was a draw, and now it's about winning on Saturday.
Yeah, it is. Saturday, 8:30pm versus Tunisia. Prime time, cannot wait. Then we've got Denmark. Denmark and Tunisia drew.
Yeah.
France will go through.
Yeah.
Two teams go through.
We know that.
We need to get some points. This is what I'm super proud of, and we'll speak to Carl Viet about this. Craig Goodwin, current Reds cap, is he not?
Correct.
Matt Leckie played with the Reds.
He did.
Did he not? Riley McCree played with the...
Gawler boy.
He's a Gawler boy.
Yep.
Awar Mabil.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Not a bad list, is it?
Batting above our weight. I want to mention this one. The Saudis beat Argentina. Let me just say that slowly again.
What a game.
The Saudis beat Argentina, the biggest upset, we think, in World Cup history.
Had the shot. It's blocked. Oh, how about this? That is Al Ghasari with a stunner. In any circumstances, Argentina are being cracked open here. They've won it. Saudi Arabia have done it. Arguably the greatest achievement in the nation's history.
Now, I don't want to take anything away from Saudi Arabia. They were fantastic. I think Argentina, how many goals, Leith, were disallowed? Three in the end.
In 13 minutes?
That has match-fixing alarm bells written all over it.
Don't say that. No.
What?
Look,
I'm not saying that is what I'm saying that Saudi money in big
all
bags.
World
could have very
Cup
well
games,
gone
all World Cup tournaments come with some
Argentina's way.
sort of
Are you
upset.
kidding? Saudi Arabia beat Argentina.
I'll tell you
the second favourite.
I'll tell you what I saw. One of the greatest players that's ever played the game.
Messi.
And I would like World Cup experts to tell me whether I'm off the beaten track with this.
He's done.
But his foot skills are still magnificent.
Exquisite.
But he can't cover the ground.
No.
And for the first time, you sort of look at it and you go, oh, I can see that he's struggling.
Yeah.
They're running off him. When the ball came to him, his foot skills were magnificent. But and that was pretty much what I saw in Argentina. They looked a bit flat and a bit lethargic.
I just need to see people's bank accounts.
I
know I do.
I hope I'm wrong about
I
Messi,
would like
and I hope
some investigation.
Old mate goes from
very wrong.
0 to 100.
Correct.
I need to
It's
see.
money.
Give us a text or ring if you think like I think.
Wow.
It's an assumption.
It was a
It's
cracking
not an
game. And
accusation.
the goal, that second goal, I'll tell you what, you can't set that up, mate. That was
Bees.
unbelievable.
And honey.
Cracking stuff.
Australia won the 3 one-dayers, 3 zippity-doo-dah,
They did.
zippity-day. We made 3 FIVEAA. Travis Head starred with 152. We rolled the Poms.
Yes.
Now, you don't reckon they had one shoe on the plane and on their way home. We rolled them for
It looked that
142
way.
in 31 overs. Their care factor was nil. I think they turned their toes up. Here is Joss Butler, captain of England. He said this post-match.
So it's going to be tough whether we got to the final of the World Cup or not. Yeah, it's not part of the ranking system. So there's not as much on the games as there would be. The landscape of cricket has changed dramatically over the last few years. And I think sort of lots of people talking about how you keep bilateral cricket relevant. I think this series is a good example of how probably not to do it.
Whoa.
That's as bad as Glenn Maxwell. He didn't care, really, is what he said.
At least it wasn't a World Cup.
No, well, that's true. Maxwell's is probably worse. We rotated our fast bowlers in those 3. We actually, game 2, rested our captain. So what does that say about the one-days? I'll say it for the 100th time. I think T20 has a life because it's played domestically all around and there's big contests, big dollars. We love our test cricket. We should only play one-days every 4 years against our nations as a World Cup.
How do you then train for that World Cup if you're not playing it any other time?
Well, how good's that then?
Well, that's just ridiculous. What
No,
do you do?
it's not. How good would that be?
That is like getting on a bike for the first time in 34 years and trying to ride 2
fair
hours.
cool.
It's the same
Fair
result,
cool.
mate. That's what's
Fair
going to
cool.
happen.
Fair cool.
They're all going to be on the scrap heap.
Fair cool. AFL boss Gil McLachlan. Well, surprise, eh? I said this to Caro, months ago? Because I think the cupboard's
said he'll
bare.
stay on.
Yeah. He's going to depart. He's got his date after the Magic Round next year in Adelaide, round 5, April 13th to 16th.
So
April
April 17, he's out the door.
He's staying on till after the Adelaide Magic Round. Now, he says he's got to get the players' next CBA done. He wants that 19th licence on his watch and the Tassie Stadium. He's got the Hawthorn racism saga to see through. The Commission have gone to the market. People, put your resumes in. And I think the cupboard is bare.
Ooh, it does smell
Doesn't
of
it?
something because forever there was no talk of a shortlist. There was
She's
no
the
talk
old
of a
Mother
process
Hubbard. No.
even. And Caro kept talking about it. And then you're going, well, when does Gil have to step out? Because is it December 31st? When's it happening? This is all just sort of meandered along and ended up in this scenario where he's finishing in April. That, for me, just says, yeah, one, you haven't got your person, which I don't mind. I don't mind if you wait until you get the right person. I've got no problems there. But maybe they thought they had some names that were going to come up, but through the process, they said, not up to it.
So are you ruling lines through Travis Ord, Andrew Dillon,
All of them.
Kylie
All of
Rogers
them.
at the
All of
AFL?
them.
Because you would think
All
if
of them.
they are the person for the job, they'd take over now.
No, all of them.
Wow.
It won't be an internal AFL appointment. It'll have to be external, whether it's a Brendan Gale or whatnot. I think before we go to the break, we take your calls. Lines available. We're going to go to Qatar. I think this deserves a standing ovation from the sporting team.
Okay.
The Redbacks, day one, were 5 for 25.
Correct.
Well, let me tell you, the match has ended in a draw versus Queensland. 3 for 246 in the end. Nathan McAndrew, man of the match. We were on our knees. We were bagging. We on our WhatsApp we're potting from the cheap seat, so I think we stand.
I'm happy to stand in
stand.
the
He's
ovation.
got
Say to Dizzy,
But I
because we
did-
gave him a drive-by the other day.
Yeah, but I didn't abuse him.
Who didn't?
No,
Yes, you did.
it didn't.
On the WhatsApp.
No, go and scroll through
Sam
it now.
Tugwell did.
Well, that's Sam Tugwell. It's not Tim Ginniver. I tell you what I
Lee
did do.
Forrest did.
I tell you what I
Not.
did do, which I did want some feedback, and I've got it on the text line. Don't write up a champion, Timmy Ginniver. Messi will get Argentina through to the group stage. I hope
No,
he's
he
right.
won't.
I
No,
reckon
he won't,
he's
'cause they got 10 mil
probably
each.
one of the best players I've ever seen.
We will take your calls on that right after this break. Good news
Hey.
too, Gil, hanging around. We've got 5 more months to try and get him on the phone, which would be nice. You can text, you can email, get to us via social media. Very shortly, Caitlin, fiance of our own Craig Goodwin will join us from Qatar. No relation, Timmy, I'm told. Also, a big night for the AFLW, so we'll speak to some of the stars from that. We've got Richard Douglas coming up after 5:32 and Matthew Clark. So big show, your calls and texts next.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. Integrate your outdoor and indoor living space and get on board the hottest trends with a stylish outdoor kitchen of your choice, thanks to Adelaide Outdoor Kitchens. 5AA's Radiothon is on this Friday, giving you the chance to bid for your very own outdoor kitchen. Choose from a range of unique and iconic styles and equipment to make your own, with all proceeds going to our friends at Variety, the children's charity. To bid or find out more, visit 5AA.com.au.
A shock absorber, CV joint, or maybe a bearing kit. It may seem like just a four-wheel drive part, but open it up and you'll find so much more. Each terrain tamer four-wheel drive part is the culmination of 50 years of experience. Every break, every lesson, every setback far from home strengthens everything we do. So when you break down miles from home and you drag out our number, you'll know you're in safe hands. That's the terrain tamer connection, and it comes free with every part.
Get back on the road in the all-new Toyota Hilux at Jarvis Toyota. A 2.8 litre diesel delivering 20 kilowatts more power, plus over 10% improved fuel economy. Rediscover the road in the all-new Toyota Hilux at Jarvis Toyota.
I'm Kathy Nagel, Chief Executive of Western Hospital Henley Beach. Western Hospital offers a wide range of clinical services, such as orthopaedic surgery, including minimally invasive hip replacement surgery, vascular surgery and cardiac procedures. These clinical services are supported by an intensive care unit with specialist physicians and experienced nurses. Western provides ease of access with a multidisciplinary approach to your care. For more information, visit westernhospital.com.au or phone 8159 1200.
Need to get out of the city for the weekend? Well, I've got a suggestion. Head straight to the Riverland and experience the comforts of the all-new Riverview Villas at Berry Hotel.
How good's Berry?
Oh, I love Berry.
My uncle, I grew up basically in Berry, had all my summer holidays there. I loved the joint. It's a great spot for a getaway. And the Berry Hotel, well, if I haven't been in there a couple of times, Timmy.
You're talking about the old days of the Vines? Yeah, the old Vines disco.
How good was that? The new villas, well, they boast private decks with riveting river views, but you still enjoy very metro-level amenities like a gorgeous bathroom, a king-size bed, chandeliers, you can swing off them, the bistro. Oh.
It's all happening. I tell you what, you can still find your traditional pub classics there as well, but there's always something new on the menu as well, just to keep the taste buds going. And the big screens in the sports bar, well, you can have a bit of fun on those.
I can get there in 2 hours from my house, that new expressway.
Brilliant.
Straight out you go. So book now, berryhotel.com.au. Their new waterfront villas, well, they are just superb.
Amazing deals on now at Harvey Norman. Save $675 on the Samsung Z Flip 3 5G 128 gig. Now $674. That's half price. Save $400 on the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE 128 gig. Now $598. Save $70 on Google Nest Hub 2nd Gen. Hot price $78. Save $200 on the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 Pro with Bluetooth. Now $598. Shop in store or online. Now at Harvey Norman.
Gents, have you got the urge to pee again, even though you only just went? Caruso's Pee Less for Men relieves that annoying gotta pee again feeling and helps support healthy bladder and prostate function. So, if your need to pee all the time is getting in the way of enjoying life, try Caruso's Pee Less today. Caruso's Pee Less is made in Australia, comes with a money-back guarantee and is available from leading pharmacies and health food stores. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
Walker Crash Repairs. For easy insurance repairs on your caravan, get it fixed right with Walker Crash Repairs.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
23 minutes after 4, we'll head to Qatar in just 1 second. First, let's check the traffic for your drive home. If you're buying a Mitsubishi, getting your car service, head to the all-new, he's doing Angus, Wavell Mitsubishi, Southern Mitsubishi. Let's have a listen.
At North Adelaide, look out for a crash. Buxton Street at Jeffcott Street. Got 3 on the road at the moment. Salisbury North, traffic light playing up there. Waterloo Corner Road near Silver Streets. Busy at the moment at Bedford Park, Main South Road near Flinders Drive. Then we've got work slowing things up at Fullerton. It's for the intersection upgrade of Fullerton Road and Cross Road. Cameras today, Blacks Road, Gillis Plains and Lower Athelston Road at Athelston. It's Black Friday at Coles, but you can save all week with $20 off all online orders of $250 or more. Use code Black Friday, ends November 29. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Just 1 sec, Tony. Text. Row. What are you talking about, dude? Don't tell me Dawson's goal after the siren in the showdown doesn't rank with the Red Soccer goal. That's nil to Counter Bay. Absolutely it did. I exploded, but it was a showdown. It was after the siren, and it was a goal that put him in front.
But you did say football doesn't give that moment.
No, I did, and that's incorrect. Neil, you're right.
Well played, Neil. Let's see if Tony can play as well. G'day, mate.
G'day, lads, and including Leaf. How are you all? Well,
excellent, my friend, excellent. What did you think of the Socceroos' performance?
Oh, mate, look, it was a little bit substandard, sadly. They started off well. I think the adrenaline rush got them going. France eventually found them out, worked them out. I mean, they're a superstar team. They could field 4 teams and get to the quarterfinals with their 4th string. However, they got done in the air. If you notice, it was 3 goals. 3 goals, all headers.
Yeah.
Okay? So if Australia can work that part of their game out, I think they got a half a decent chance. However, though, I've got to touch on Rowey's comments in regards to bribery. Now, I don't disagree that it does happen, and it is in the world game. However, but you've got to check these guys' bank accounts. That there's no way in the world that they can afford $1 billion to pay a couple of Argentinian players. The people you got to look at is the officials and the people gambling. They're the ones that bribe in the World Cup.
Yeah, Tony, look, you're right. It was tongue-in-cheek. There were 3 goals disallowed. Argentina lost to Saudi Arabia. If you don't reckon there'd be every investigator looking at all betting agencies and spot bets and whatnot, they'd be going up the yin-yang.
Yeah, no, it was a cracking goal, the second one too. Wow,
yeah, good on you, Tone.
Got Tyson on the line. G'day, Tyson.
G'day, boys. Yeah, I agree with you, Rowey, but I also agree with the fact that how did Qatar win to begin with 10 years ago?
Correct.
And the other thing, what about this boxing, Jake Logan? What do you reckon about him? Do you reckon his matches are fixed?
Yeah, who's he?
He's that big YouTuber that keeps winning boxing.
Oh, yeah, the blondie.
Fights against MMA players.
Jake Paul?
That's got to touch the...
Jake Paul, sorry.
That's got to tough the sniffies about it, Tyson. Absolutely.
His next fight is against Rowey, so I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Well, you can't tip Rowey, could you?
Excuse me, Tyson.
Too fast around the ring.
Well, it's fixed, mate.
I've never been belted around the ring, Tyson, so don't go giving that one to me, buddy.
Hey, guys, another text. Socceroos, after an early goal, were demolished. It was an annihilation. The 4-1 was actually flattering. This is a text.
It was.
It should have been 7-1 or 8-1, says Philip at Panorama. So, yeah, look, they definitely showed their class after that first goal.
Unbelievable. How's this one? Wowee. Socceroos scored a goal. Even a blind squirrel trips over it. Nut occasion. I want that number to see if that is Bix.
That might be Bix.
Is that Bix's
very
number?
Bix-like. It was like a team that's worth $1.5 billion versus a team worth $50 million.
55. Yeah. That's exactly what it was.
It was a class difference. I mean, Mbappe alone is 5 times the Socceroos squad.
It was
on his own.
It was a pleasure to watch that lad play again.
But they can still do it. Tunisia, Saturday night, 8:30, you'll see it on the TV. We're going to take a break. After the 4:30 headlines, we will head to Qatar, plus speak to the people who helped Craig Goodwood along his journey to score that goal in the World Cup.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. 5AA Breakfast.
Bevan Carriage of the state's flood response, Police Commissioner Grant Stevens. What are the sort of logistical things you're grappling with first up?
At this point in time, the State Emergency Service, headed by Chris Beattie, are doing the lion's share of the work, supported by the CFS.
informing Adelaide.
It's getting to a point now with the forecast of the flow rates and the river levels that his team, his volunteer team, are going to be quite fatigued and spread very thin.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
G'day, it's Merv Hughes here. After years of snoring like a train, the missus sent me for a CPAP Direct sleep test. I'm sleeping quiet and waking up refreshed.
To celebrate Mervember, order a CPAP machine this month for your chance to win one of 6 autographed cricket bats signed by Merv Hughes. Go to cpap.com.au for more info.
Find your local store at cpap.com.au.
When you're selling your home, every wall is an opportunity to make buyers fall in love. Enrich your walls with stunning Indigenous artwork from Art by FIVEAA. Help your home sell for optimum price. All artwork is ethically sourced, directly supporting Indigenous artists and communities. See what catches your eye inside one of Adelaide's largest range of Indigenous paintings and prints. Art by FIVEAA, a family company specialising in Indigenous art. 1070 South Road, Edwardstown.
And the Polar Air Heating and Cooling Salesperson of the Month is... no one. Again. Polar Air Heating and Cooling don't have a sales department. The person that comes to you for a free no-obligation quote is a qualified installer, not someone chasing a commission. So, you'll get exactly what you need. No steak knives. Get ahead of the weather. We're ready to install your air conditioner now. Polar Air Heating and Cooling. For when your lair is unbearable. polarairhc.com.au.
At Arana, we believe everyone should live the life of their choice. We create opportunities for people with disability to live as independently as possible. We support people with an NDIS plan who are looking for their forever home. Arana homes are safe, welcoming and above all supportive, where people make friends and get more out of life. Arana has vacancies in the Adelaide, Riverland and Spencer Gulf areas. For independent living, make your home with Arana. Visit aranaonline.com.au. Arana, creating opportunities.
Are you going through a separation or divorce? It can be a really stressful time, especially with kids. But we want you to know you don't have to do this alone. At Marnie's Lawyers, we help families just like yours with divorce and separation, property settlement, mediation and parenting arrangements. To book in your free first consultation, just give us a call. With 4 locations, we're just around the corner. Marnie's Lawyers, Adelaide's family law experts. marnies.net.au.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, I'm Michaela Kamarek. A 4-knot speed limit or fast walking pace has been introduced for boats on parts of the River Murray as the floodwaters rise. The Reserve Bank Governor says people have to accept wages can't keep up with inflation, otherwise the economy will falter. There's been a mass shooting inside a Walmart store in the United States, and Alex Demonor and Jordan Thompson has sent Australia into the semi-finals of the Tennis Davis Cup. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Norwood, we've got a car v truck, Kensington Road out Portrush Road. Happy Valley got a crash there, Kinahan's Road near Chandler's Hill Road. While at Salisbury North, lights are out of action, Waterloo Corner Road near Silver Street. Got lane closed, which is slow going at the moment, Albert Park, Port Road near Murray Street. Quite busy at the moment, Glen Osmond Road at Green Hill Road with the camera Anzac Highway at Ashford. The new season of Below Deck is making waves. Stream new episodes now, the same day as the USA on HeyU. Head to heyu.com to try for free. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Mostly clear tonight, a low of 10, sunny tomorrow 24. Currently it's 19 degrees. More news at 5 o'clock and as it happens on 5AA.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA approved caravan crash repairer.
Rowey and TImmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
28 minutes to 5, remiss of us too, in all the celebration of Craig Goodwin, which is deserved, Timmy.
Yes.
Great announcement today for Adelaide and for tennis with some of the big names coming out. Debbie Sterry's going to join us before 5 o'clock. Andy Murray will be here. Victoria Azarenka will be here. Petra Kvitova will be here. Yannick Sinner will be here.
Yeah.
So once again,
number 15 in
we're
the world.
seeing some greats, which is a lot of fun. So if you love your tennis, you'll look forward to that towards Christmas time. But we are paying tribute to Craig Goodwin, who becomes just the second A-League player ever to score a goal in a World Cup.
That's a lovely touch by Lecky. Oh, chance and a goal! Craig Goodwin has scored. Wonderful moment for Australia. And a World Cup goal the dreams are made of.
Well, John Duthie was Craig Goodwin's coach at the Adelaide Raiders. John, you must be so proud. Welcome, and wow, how good.
Yeah, absolutely wow. What an incredible finish, under the circumstances, so early on in the game. God knows what nerves, he would have had going into that, but just a brilliant, cool, calm and collected finish. It was just fantastic to watch. And a great touch from Lecky as well to set it all up.
Oh, wasn't ever a Reds player to a Reds player in the back of the onion net in a World Cup is unbelievable. Could you see his talent way back then, John, when you coached him?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, like we had at Raiders, we had quite a young squad, and there was a few very good young players in there. But Craig just had the drive, and we'd finish training at 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I'd have to go out and yell at them to turn the floodlights off at 10. So he was always continually working on his game. Always had the drive. Had a few hard knocks back then. He was supposed to go over to Scotland, which fell through, and he had a lot of disappointments. But he just kept going, and he was a sponge. He just soaked everything up.
And John, what sort of age was he when he came out to Adelaide Raiders back then?
He was 16, I believe, from memory.
Yep.
I was lucky enough. I coached Craig the year before at Enfield in the reserve, so I knew what he was capable of. And then when I was appointed first-team coach of Adelaide Croatia Raiders, he was top priority to bring in.
Yeah.
Numerous. He turned me down initially, little bugger. But, numerous phone calls and a few beers with his dad, he finally came across.
And that's the pathway, is it, for young soccer players coming through? They play for their local clubs and then get to one of the state league teams?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Craig would have come through EDGNSA, as it was known, Elizabeth Districts Junior Soccer Association with Manapara. And then from there you move into, federation clubs. And then from there, obviously, he came to Raiders in the Super League, and then went into, the School of Hard Knocks at the Victorian Premier League, and then into Melbourne Heart with his first stint with the A-League, and then on to Newcastle Jets. But he's just gone from strength to strength everywhere he's went.
So it was you, John, that nurtured and developed that laser left leg, wasn't it? Now, come on. John, all due credit to yourself.
It's an absolute wand, isn't it? It's brilliant. He's a wizard with that.
Yeah. I was rapt first that he started. We were speculating, a couple of injuries. I thought, God, he'd have to be up to his eyeballs in this. And when he started, I was rapt for him.
Oh, absolutely. Just to see him, walking out with the team, the photograph, the national anthem,
Oh, I know.
It brought a tear to my eye. And then, after 9 minutes and he scored a goal, I woke the rest of the house up screaming. It was just unbelievable.
Yeah. I'm the old get the top off over the head and do a lap around the house. John, enjoy it, soak it up. It is a remarkable effort. He's a great lad. We're very proud of him. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, and congratulations to Craig. He deserves everything he gets out of the game. He's a wonderful, well-mannered and respectful person.
Yeah,
thank you very much, John Duthie. And he was Adelaide Croatia Raiders coach back then when he started, and now we're going to go to his current A-League coach, Carl Viet. G'day, Carl. How are you?
Yeah, good. How are you guys?
Oh, we're all right. We're sort of. It was like it was like a big drive of adrenaline, and then it was like a balloon that just had all the air taken out of it. They really did show their class in the end, but that moment for Goody, I mean, we've been seeing that at Hindmarsh all year, haven't we?
Yeah, Goody's been doing it consistently now for us for the last couple of years. So, I'm so happy for him and his family, and for our supporters as well to be able to associate with Craig and, to enjoy and what he's achieved as a player.
What's he like to coach? Is he, like a sponge? We just heard that from his junior coach. Or is he, always inquisitive about what he can do more of?
Goody has changed in my time that I've been at the club with him, especially now that he's the captain of the club. You can see there's been a huge change in the way that he goes about things now. He's very aware now of everyone else involved at the club and very aware of how he can improve everyone else. He's and he's got the experience to help everyone now. So it's great that he's passing on those experiences to everyone else at the club.
When would have he been aware that he was starting, Carl?
They would have done their, main session maybe 2 days ago, so he would have been aware then, I would say. When I spoke to, sent him a message, after the game and that, he was, happy but disappointed that, they, with the end result. But at the end of the day, France were, on the performances we've seen so far, I'd say France would have to be one of the favourites to win the World Cup.
Oh, they were just truly unbelievable to watch. It was a joy in the end, to be honest, even though they were playing us. Matt Leckie's cross was world class too, wasn't it?
It certainly was, and there's two players that are playing in the A-League that all the Australian supporters can get out and watch every week.
Yeah. Is it just reward for Craig's hard work and talent? How much of it is just that natural left leg, and how much of it is that he has to apply his craft? Because you see it week in, week out.
I would have to say 95% of it is the hard work.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, he's he's done it the hard way to get to where he is now. He's had to move away from home and go do the hard shift to get to where he is now, and he's getting those rewards for doing all the hard work when he was young.
Hey, Carl, our next game, Tunisia, it's absolutely vital we win that. How do you see our chances there? They drew with Denmark, which was pretty good.
Yeah, look, all the teams in our group are very good sides. Denmark and France are, definitely the favourites to get out of the group. And but World Cup football, it throws up surprises. You just have to look last night. Saudi Arabia beating Argentina. Everyone was tipping Argentina before the World Cup, and after last night, I don't think anyone would be tipping them anymore. So, but Saudi Arabia were excellent last night, and so if Australia, play a lot longer than the 20 minutes they played this morning against Tunisia, they can definitely get something from the game.
Now, there's just on a local front, one of the game's greats, Ronaldo, has left Man United. They've come to an agreement. Rumours of the A-League. Can you confirm or deny he's coming to Adelaide United?
No, he's not coming to Adelaide United. My son would love him to come here, but no, he won't be coming to Adelaide United.
Yeah. Hey, great win over Melbourne, victory last week while we got you on, Carl. Adelaide United head coach. Oh, God, I love that. That was good for goody as well. 3 zippity-doo-dah. Your next game's the 9th of December v. the Raw. How are you keeping the guys fit?
Look, we gave them 5 days off last week just to freshen them up, and then, we were back training on Monday, and I'd have to say the training session that we did yesterday was most probably the best session that we've had all season so far. So the boys are firing at the moment. I'm really looking forward to getting back and playing. Next week we'll go to Melbourne and play another A-League team in Melbourne, just in a friendly game, just to keep the engines ticking over. So we're really looking forward to carrying on the form that we finished this little break with.
Yeah. I know you'd have a lot of pride in your captain scoring that goal. That's his second for the Socceroos. You scored 7, so he's only got 5 to catch up, Carl.
Hopefully he can get them all in this World Cup.
Done. Carl, thanks for your time, mate.
No worries, guys. Thanks a lot.
Great work, Carl Viet there. Adelaide United head coach celebrating Craig Goodwin's goal in the Socceroos in the 9th minute. And you're right, Timmy. From then on, we weren't worth a burnt village pie.
Looked
an
like
absolute burnt one.
Running around Keystone Cops in the end. They were too good.
God, they are good.
Someone said on the text, it was great when Australia got the goal, but most of us knew that the end was nigh from that moment on.
I think so. Because they went up another gear, and I reckon they've even got another gear.
Oh, yeah,
they were toying with us in the end.
It's a bit frightening, but it doesn't say we can't get through to the next stage, though, by 2 performances that Carl thinks we're half a chance.
We are endeavouring to speak to Goody's fiancée, Caitlin, who is in Qatar, was at the game last night. It is early morning there, so as soon as Caitlin answers her phone, we'll get her on before 7 o'clock to get a reaction from the family about Craig's goal yesterday. But on the other side of the break, great news for sporting fans here in SA. We continue to do it, ticking the boxes of great sporting events, because the world-class tennis will return with the Adelaide International. Debbie Sterry will join us, the GM of that. First, the traffic for your drive home. If you're buying a Mitsubishi, getting your car serviced, you've got to head to Wavell Mitsubishi or Southern Mitsubishi.
At Norwood, go to Carvey, try Kensington Road at Portrush Road. Happy Valley, another collision there, Kennahan's Road near Chandler's Hill Road. While at Salisbury North, got a traffic light fault, Waterloo Corner Road near Silver Streets. Busy at the moment, Hackney Road near Richmond Road, and quite slow, Darley Road at Lower North East Road. Cameras, West Street, Ascot Park and Springbank Road at Clapham. Big W's Black Friday deals online now. 55-inch EcoSmart TV for only $449. Plus, get 2,000 everyday rewards points. While stocks last, T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G. Looking to
Mbappe was on our wing and we didn't have that clown that
but
turned it over all the
you still
time.
got the rest of the French team, haven't you? They were saying their third-string team or fourth-string team.
Sorry, Leith.
Is there any Australian athlete you like? You hate Nick Kyrgios.
That was
you're
a
off Ben
poor
Simmons
comment,
and you're not
because
happy
that
with
poor kid has been smashed.
It's a World Cup.
Yeah, but you're
He had a bad, probably 10 moments.
You've got a little bit of a hating mood on at the moment.
You need go and have a coffee in the news.
Can
Settle
I
yourself
take
down.
back the last
Hannah
5
Ewings
minutes?
is going to join us.
Jeez.
Hopefully you like Hannah. On the other side of the news, she won the Rising Star last night at the W Awards.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Hello, geeks to you?
Yes, hello.
I may have lost some photos.
Well, let's go find them.
Yes! Yes!
Tech problems? For remote or on-site help, go to geeks2u.com.au or 1300 geeks to you.
Introducing Toshiba's Horoi air conditioner. It's whisper quiet, comes with a 7-year warranty and an elegant interchangeable textile fabric cover to match the colour and style of your own home. Haoi by Toshiba. Call 13-COOL. Feel the change.
Hello, I'm Lynn Andrews. For over 50 years, the team at Lynn Andrews Real Estate have made it easy to manage residential and commercial property. Whether you own a single residential home or multiple commercial properties, our passion for property investment means we have a great deal of knowledge to share. How to invest safely and properly. Matching the right tenant with the right property every time. We're here to help. Visit lynnandrews.com.au.
Aldi's fresh, juicy Kensington Pride mangoes are now only $4.99 a 4-pack and so tasty. You'll eat the whole thing.
Even the stone?
Yes, even the stone.
Tasty stone. Aldi, good, different.
Can you take the heat?
Well,
Because
can ya?
KFC is serving up a seriously hot deal. 2 golden crunchy wicked wings, regular chips, creamy potato and gravy with a fresh dinner roll for only $4.95. Well, enough said. Close the book. Go get me one, Timmy.
Yeah, who said it? Who said KFC? I'll tell you, Yava just got hotter with all your KFC favourites in one place in their wicked hot new fill-up. And just quietly, those wicked wings are brilliant. So between you and me, let's get in for it. What are you waiting for? Why not drop into your nearest KFC and snag some fried gold for yourself?
Yeah, get wicked with it with KFC's $4.95 fill-up. Pick up only, not everywhere and not forever, available daily till 4 p.m.
Here's your Christmas gift, all right? We've been listening to your hints.
What hints? Mum, I can't do dinner. Got battery trouble. Mum, I got a flat.
Go on, open it.
REA Road Service? Why would I? Well played, Mum. Well played.
With 24/7 call-outs and a host of great member benefits, REA Road Service is the perfect gift to keep your family moving. Search REA gift cards.
Keep on moving on.
Only available to REA Road Service holders. T's and C's apply. Available from REA.
We could all do with a getaway this summer. And here's how you can get your hands on a free $75 travel voucher to help you along. SA Weekend Escapes is giving away free vouchers for short stays across the state. From Berry to Victor Harbour to Kangaroo Island, there are so many places to discover. Elevate your summer with a $75 travel voucher from saweekendescapes.com.au. That's saweekendescapes.com.au. Get your travel voucher now. T's and C's apply.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio, and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Mostly clear tonight, a low of 10 with the 5 o'clock news. I'm Michaela Kamare.
10-year warranty and 10-year capped price servicing at Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Elizabeth.
Some roads and ferries have been closed in the Riverland amid rising water levels. Water flows are expected to peak within weeks, with the second flow peak tipped for late December or early January. Police Commissioner Grant Stevens says there's a cascading impact.
This is a long event, and we're talking months of inundation, which is going to cause immense damage. It's going to affect the environment, physical infrastructure, people's well-being, livelihoods. All of these things are going to be affected by the fact that the river levels are coming up, and they're going to stay up for quite some time before they subside. And then there's the clean-up and restoration of our communities. There's a lot to be done.
Mannum Downstream is also preparing to be inundated. Trudy Fisher owns Mannum Oldwares and says she's trying to clear out stock.
We're still trading in amongst the chaos, but yeah, it looks like we're going to be left to Mother Nature. With the levee being put down the middle of the road, it's left about 6 businesses, probably 6 of the biggest businesses in Mannum, to have threat of having water through them.
Interest rates are forecast to swing up and down more often to deal with inflation over the coming years. Reserve Bank Governor Philip Lowe is warning the federal budget bottom line will have to sharply improve to ensure the country can deal with economic challenges. It's expected to lift interest rates to a 10-year high of 3.1% when it meets next month. OECD Secretary-General Matthias Cormann says the war in Ukraine is causing headaches for the global economy as well.
Russia's unprovoked, unjustifiable and illegal war of aggression continues to rage. Global growth is slowing down.
Star Group officers converged on a house at Westlakes this morning after witnesses reported seeing a man with a gun. They entered the home on Lulworth Street and arrested the 50-year-old Woodville North man without incident. He's been taken to hospital for a medical assessment and is expected to be charged at a later date. A 50-year-old woman from the address was also arrested and has been charged with possessing a firearm without a licence. A number of people have been killed in a mass shooting inside a Walmart store in the United States. Local media in Virginia reports a manager shot at employees in the break room before opening fire in the store. Police officer Leo Koniski says they believe the shooter acted alone.
Officers are still on scene right now, combing through the building just to be sure. But as of right now, we believe it's only one shooter, and we believe that one shooter is deceased right now. Like I said before, there's multiple fatalities and multiple injuries.
Now turning to 5AA Sport, and Socceroos coach Graham Arnold is hinting there may be personnel changes for their next match at the World Cup after a heavy 4-1 loss to France. Australia next faces Tunisia on Saturday. Alex de Minaur and Jordan Thompson have sent Australia into the semi-finals of the Tennis Davis Cup with singles wins against the Netherlands. De Minaur says he was inspired by watching Thompson fight back from a set down to clinch victory.
Incredible what Jordan was able to do today. The fight, the passion, the heart that he showed, just to dig really, really deep and get it through that one.
Outgoing CEO Gil McLachlan has revealed he plans to leave the role after round 5 of next year's AFL season, and SA and Queensland have drawn in their Sheffield Shield clash at Adelaide Oval. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Samri. They don't grade cheese, they do great things. Get into it at samri.org.au.
At Norwood, go to Carvey Truck, Kensington Road at Portrush Road. Happy Valley, another collision there. Kennahan's Road near Chandler's Hill Road, and Salisbury North got traffic light fault, Waterloo Corner Road near Silver Street. Busy at the moment, Glen Osmond Road at Greenhill Road, and we're slow going for works at Hackney Road near Richmond Street. Cameras, Dawes Road, Ascot Park, and Cliff Street at Glengarry. Looking to upgrade to the latest phone? Get huge deals on select phones at Optus with month-to-month SIM plans. Great value starts with yes. Visit an Optus store today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Mostly clear tonight, a low of 10. Mostly sunny tomorrow, 24. Friday sunny and 31. And Saturday a shower or two and a top of 27. Right now it's 19 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
A grandmother, the victim of a random and violent home invasion at Modbury. Rail Review, the investigation into how an Adelaide train ran off the tracks. Why paying for an Oban ride is now as easy as a tap of your credit card. The retail revolution sweeping Australia will have the best deals. And Craig Goodwin's father proud as punch after an historic World Cup goal from Adelaide's own Socceroo. I'm Brent Branglis. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
Big second hour of the show on the way. Richard Douglas is one of the new assistant coaches at the Glenelg Football Club. Dougie on the show before 6 o'clock. Thanks to the Barreau Hotel Group, your chance to win some money. Our mystery moment is worth $900. That would be nice to head into the weekend. But Timmy, AFLW and their Night of Nights last night with the W Awards.
The winner of the 2022 NAB AFL Women's Rising Star Season 7 is Hannah Ewings from Port Adelaide.
I'll tell you what, you couldn't have probably a better 2022 than what this young lady has done. Under 18 state champions, premiership with the North Adelaide Footy Club, then gets drafted to Port Adelaide, then becomes the AFL's rising star. Congratulations, Hannah Ewing. How are you?
Good, thanks. Thank you for having me.
Oh, mate, what a first year. This is incredible.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Honestly, I don't think it's actually still sunk in. I'm still imagining it from last night. Yeah, it was just an amazing experience. I'm really honoured and privileged to receive this award. There was many great women out there that truly do deserve to be up there. So just to be recognised by everyone and all my hard work has paid off. It's just great to see.
Look, a lot of people take time to adjust to the level in the first year, but you just seem to love it straight up.
Yeah, I definitely took my time adjusting from Stanfield through to AFL, but I had the likes of Erin, Ange, Juicy. I had a lot of girls with a lot of knowledge and experience, and they really helped me, guide me through my season this season.
Hannah, well done, a remarkable year. Pick 3 in the draft. You played all 10 games. What was the biggest adjustment or step up for you?
Yeah, definitely the high speed of the game. You couldn't really get away with anything, and you find that you don't really get as much time as what you did in Stanfield, so you got to be cautious and with your disposals. But yeah, that too, plus your elite standards like hydration, nutrition, sleep, recovery, all of that has to be done properly, which you can kind of get away with Stanfield, but you couldn't here. So that was a massive step up too, but I really enjoyed it this season.
First player in AFLW history to kick 3 or more goals in a game and get 9 or more clearances. Was that your best game for the year?
Yeah, I definitely thought that was probably one of my better games. Obviously, I earned my Rising Star nomination in round 3 before that week. So yeah, I was definitely continuing to try and build on my performance. But I also had all the girls supporting me and helping me through that game. So I honestly wouldn't be receiving this award without their support.
Now, Hannah, Port Adelaide went with a lot of youth in picking their first squad, and Abby Dowering came runner-up to you in the Rising Star, which is fantastic. You both played in the midfield. The future is bright for Port Adelaide in that area.
Yeah, it definitely is. Abby's a really great player, and the person even better. So she's developing really well coming into AFLW. Yeah, she's great. She's going to smash it. Have more games under her belt, and she's going to be one to watch next season.
In the assessment of the year, and we had your coach in, Lauren Arnell, having a good chat about it. In the end, the win-loss was disappointing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it definitely was. It wasn't what we were after. But look, we took a lot of positives, and we are really proud of ourselves for the way we went about this season. Obviously, you can tell what teams have been in for the past 7 seasons. But look, it was expected, and we're only going to continue to build and grow from that. And yeah, it's just we're going to be better next season.
Is it as big a gap as what we think? I think the 2 teams in Brisbane and Melbourne were even a gap ahead of teams like the Crows, who won the flag at the start of the year, Hannah. The bottom 4 teams and the new teams, how quick can you close that gap?
Yeah, definitely. It's obviously taken Melbourne and Brisbane 7 seasons to get to where they are now. So I think it's going to take us a little while, but we're going to have a really strong off-season this season, and we're going to support each other through that and push each other and strive each other, and we're just going to be the best version of what we possibly can be. But yeah, look, it's going to be a while, but yeah, it's really exciting. The football brand that we bring is really exciting, fast. We like to transition the ball a lot. But yeah, it's going to be exciting, and I can't wait. Beautiful.
Now, your other skill is you're an apprentice chef. What's your specialty? Seafood, pastries, steak?
I like to make a lot of pasta. I usually tend to have pasta the night before a game. So I usually make myself a carbonara or like a risotto or ravioli. So yeah, I like making pasta.
So you don't go for your nickname? I believe your nickname's Lasagna?
Lasagna? No. Oh, I do sometimes. It's not too bad.
How did you get that nickname?
Hang on. Is your nickname Lasagna?
Yeah, Lasagna or Yui.
How in God's name did you get that, Hannah?
Long story short, I'm a chef, and Gemma's favourite food was lasagna.
Ah, there you go. Now, you're from Rupina, up Wyalla.
Yeah.
I believe you went up there recently and you were sort of treated like royalty, but are you going to go back and show all these medals?
Yeah, I'll get a bit of time off Christmas and New Year's to head back home and spend some time with my family, which I haven't in quite a while because obviously I was playing this season. So it'll be great just to get home and relax and de-stress a little bit and just reflect on what a season I've actually had. But yeah, just to get home is going to be great.
So what do you think you need to do to improve again next year?
Yeah, definitely there's a lot of improvements that I can bring on and off the field, but I think just my voice around the contest, I'm a little bit quiet out there, so try and be a standout point with my voice and obviously my work rate and fitness, which more pre-seasons under my belt, obviously get fitter and better. But yeah, I'm growing and I'm learning, and certainly the beginning.
Remarkable year, but Hannah, I'm not going to allow you to go into season 2 as an AFL player with the nickname Lasagna. Hannah, I will not allow it.
Oh, I don't mind it. You know what you could do to, perhaps improve your voice is just make out, you're yelling at the staff to come in and get the orders ready, but like a good chef.
Yeah, might have to.
Bit of Gordon Ramsay. Watch a bit of Gordon Ramsay. Kitchen Nightmares or something, mate.
Kitchen Nightmares.
Love it. Well done, mate, on your season. It was absolutely outstanding. And we look forward to further development from you. Hannah Ewing's our guest. Thanks, mate.
Thank you, much appreciated.
And just continuing the tradition of the Port Adelaide players, Timmy, winning the Rising Star.
Yeah, well, Michael Wilson, of course, 25 years ago, did it in his first year and the first year of Port Adelaide in the AFL. So,
terrific.
Yeah, a bit of synergy there.
We will cover what was a big night too for the Crows girls at the AFLW Awards last night with the coach Doc Clark a little after 6 o'clock. We need to get to a break on the other side. We will head to guitar. Caitlin, the fiancée of Craig Goodwin, has woken up. She's going to take our call next and we'll find out about the excitement from last night. First, if you're buying a Mitsubishi, getting your car service, head to the all-new Wavell Mitsubishi or Southern Mitsubishi.
At Norwood, residual delays following a Carvey truck there, Kensington Road at Portrush Road. Croydon Park got traffic lights out of action there, Days Road near Regency Road, while at Salisbury North got traffic light fault playing up Waterloo Corner Road near Silver Street. Busy at the moment with a lane closed at Hackney Road near Richmond Street, and we're slow going Henley Beach Road at South Road. Cameras, Blacks Road, Gillis Plains and Morford Road at Warrada. Jack Miller returns to race in the Australian Superbike Championship at the Ben Motorsport Park this Friday till Sunday. Tickets at the gates or at theben.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. 5AA's Variety Radiothon is on this Friday, with your chance to bid on some great auction items, as well as the opportunity to donate towards this great SA charity. This year, our great friends at Cochrane's Transport are matching dollar for dollar donations that come through on Radiothon Day. Cochrane's is a great locally owned business that delivers more boxes, cartons and pallets across SA every night than any other transport company. Cochrane's Transport, supporting Radiothon.
Time to find out what's making news in the Channel 7 newsroom as we welcome Jane Doyle to the show. And Jane, a bizarre arrest in West Lakes.
Indeed, residents there were awoken to the sounds of heavily armed police storming a house there. A man was taken away in nothing but his underpants, and a 50-year-old woman has been charged over firearms offences. So we'll have more details for you tonight at 6. River sports over summer face restrictions with the Murray in flood. What happened? Why did a train at Grange ram through a barrier last night? A Modbury grandmother battered and bruised after a violent home invasion overnight. 2 thugs are still on the run. In sport, heartbreak for Socceroos fans and for the Socceroos themselves this morning. 4 Crows named in the AFLW All-Australian side. South Australia and Queensland draw in the Sheffield Shield. And Andy Murray will be here for the Adelaide International Tennis Tournament along with Victoria Azarenka and Petra Kvitova. So some good news there for tennis fans. We'll have details tonight at 6 in 7 News. Look forward to your company then.
Great. Thanks, Jane. Jane Doyle and all the team at Channel 7. There's only one choice. 7 News, tonight at 6.
Thinking of a new barbecue for summer? Weber's Black Friday sale starts tomorrow. You'll get 10% off the entire Weber range of barbecues, including Weber Q, kettle, gas, charcoal, pellet, electric barbecues, and all Weber accessories. Weber's Black Friday sale. Available at your nearest Weber store, Weber specialist dealers, and Weber.com. Hurry, sale must end Monday. Find out more at Weber.com. T's and C's apply.
Da-da-da-da! Barnsey here from Barbecue Adelaide Weber Stores. And our Black Friday sale is off tap. Get a Weber Baby Q1000 from just $299. Plus, get 10% off store-wide and 15% off all rubs. We'll even match any advertised price on the same product. For everything Barbie this Black Friday, head to Barbecue Adelaide Weber Stores, Jeb's Cross and Mile End. Sale on now and Cyber Monday and prepare to get lit.
G'day, it's Eddie May from NRG Solar. More and more South Australians are taking control of their energy bills with solar and battery storage. In fact, Australians are taking up battery storage in record numbers because they're sick of rising power bills and being locked into a system where someone else calls the shots. The other huge bonus of going with NRG Solar and battery storage is that you'll be protected by blackouts with an uninterrupted power supply. Take control. Visit nrgsolar.com.au.
Do you suffer from mild arthritis or other aches and pains? Why not do as others have done and try Arbor Vitae Joint Health? Others, just like Gary.
Yeah, after 2 weeks, I was sceptical that it might come back, and it hasn't. So, yeah, I do a lot of off and on, up and down. I'm pain-free, so hopefully it stays that way forever.
Always read the label and follow the directions for use. Go to Arbor Vitae, that's ARBORVITAE.com.au, or phone Arbor Vitae on 1300 879 863.
What are your kids doing this summer?
They're enrolled in backswim.
It's not just swimming lessons, it's water safety.
They learn to keep themselves and others safe.
Never know when you need it.
Visit the VacSwim website today for more information and to enrol.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA approved caravan crash repairer.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
19 minutes after 5. Our phone bill's about to get expensive because we're heading to Qatar.
Yes, Socceroos. Well, an exciting moment this morning when our very own Craig Goodwin put one into the back of the net. We all went off. Absolutely. And I reckon this young lady would have too. His fiancée, Caitlin Timmins, joins us. G'day, Kate. How are you?
Morning, boys. How are you?
Well, look, we're okay. What time did you get home and what time is it there now?
Oh, my goodness. We got home about 2:30 and it's 9:30 now, but I didn't get to sleep till probably 5:50.
Oh, wow, mate. You're going to be a bit tired and sore, but that moment must have been so exciting.
Oh, my God. I've lost my voice from screaming so loud. And 9 minutes in, we were surrounded by French, and it was just absolutely amazing.
He started, Caitlin. When did he know about that?
Yeah, that was great.
So we found out at the training session the night before.
Okay. So he started and scored at a World Cup. You know Craig better than any. You know all his dreams and all the things he wants to fulfil out of the World Game. Would scoring a goal at the 9-minute mark versus France in a World Cup be right up there, Kate?
Oh, my God. I just remember looking at him afterwards on the pitch and I could see him wiping his tears out of his eyes.
Oh, beautiful.
He just would be like a kid at Christmas right now, and like the smile on his face I don't think will go away for a long time.
Yeah. He scored, he did his traditional goodie celebration where he looks up to the stars with his arms in the air. He pointed back to the cross, which was world class by Maddie Leckie. The crowd, his teammates got all around him, and then he dropped to his haunches and like he was kissing the dirt or praying or whatnot. Did you speak to him about that? Because that looked very emotional, Kate.
Well, I think a lot of it comes back to his mama who passed away, which is why he celebrates at the heavens. But I think, like Torres, that's his idol, and I know that he did that same celebration. I think it was for the Spanish World Cup, and I know that that's just something his idol is, and now he's doing it himself, living it out his own dream.
Wow.
Caitlin, we spoke to Carl Vidd, his current coach, and I said it was almost like I was at High Marsh watching, because I've seen him do that so many times.
Victory game.
Yeah.
I thought we were just having the rivalry game against Victory, and then I all of a sudden realised it was against some of the best players in the world. I honestly can't pretend that it was at the World Cup. I just feel like
you know, I realised we don't have a beer in hand, so then I knew that we were definitely out the World Cup, but I just can't comprehend that.
Yeah. We'll
He
get.
got a Griezmann shirt and he's just wrapped.
Yeah. We'll get to that, Kate. Who did you go with? Where did you stand? Did you take your bub? Just give us the ins and outs, the emotion of being there.
Yep, so obviously we've got the family accommodation, so all of the families, we were all together. Craig's dad and his good David from Melbourne, we were together. Ezra didn't come because such a late game, like to get him there. You know, the pre-match starts at I think it was around 2 p.m. We were at a hotel in the city, which was a bar that provided all the family with a few drinks to get everyone in the mood. And then we all went to the stadium for 3 hours before the game and started to, just find our seats, relax. The atmosphere was absolutely incredible. The French were obviously overriding the Australians, but, you know, when Craig scored that goal, they just all cheered and everyone just loved it. And I just looked at Craig's dad, who was just bawling his eyes out, and we were just so shocked that, did that just happen? We were just so pumped that, you know, I just told Tony actually before the game that Craig was starting because Craig hadn't told him, and I just have this video and he is absolutely bawling his eyes out, so you can just see how much it means to Craig and his dad for what they've been through.
Oh, I can hear the pride in your voice and see it in his dad's. Did you feel safe there? Did you have to wear headgear or anything? Are the Qataris turning it on? Okay.
Absolutely open. I felt safe. Everyone was just absolutely having a good time and happy to be there. The French, there was 2 French next to me who seen his name on my shirt and were hugging me and patting me on the back and took photos with me.
Oh, Kate, you
That's
star.
beautiful. Well, you've got to back it up because Saturday we got to beat Tunisia, so we need you again, Kate. Get your voice back. Get your voice back, mate. Get in there.
I know. I've got to try and relax and after the game there was a lot of security on the steps. The boys were trying to get to their partners, and Ryan McGree was trying to get to his partner Geordie, and they kept saying no and having to wait 45 minutes or whatever to try and see them, and Craig just pushed past him and came up the stairs and gave me the biggest hug.
Oh, there you go. You can't buy experience.
Oh, that is absolutely beautiful.
You can't.
So,
and now he's just sitting there staring at his Griezmann swap shirt.
who did he swap with?
With Griezmann.
Oh, God, is he a player or what, that fella? Wow. And did
my God.
Yeah. Did he have in his head that's who he was going to swap with?
I don't know. I think Craig likes to go out there and see what the players bring, and then I think he picks what he wants to ask for. Okay. And I've seen him ask, and then he ripped his shirt off and gave it straight to him.
Okay. And do you think the boys can batter up again, and Craig and the team? 4-1, they were completely outplayed in the end, Kate. It hasn't shattered their confidence?
We played really well at the start. And then I don't know what happened. I mean, they're the French team. Come on, they were always going to give it their best. But I think, you know, Craig's goal just really ripped into them, and then they just came out with all guns blazing, and off we went. But I think the goal definitely helped us with the loss for Craig's family. But I know that they'll be really trying to work hard for these next 2 games. You know, a draw and a win could be what helps us over the line with this goal difference.
Beautiful. Kate, did you say that Goody's sitting next to you?
No. He was. They have their own compound.
Oh, so you're not allowed to. Okay. Kate, we're that proud.
Yeah, we haven't seen them at all.
Oh, okay. We're that proud of you. Thank you for picking up the phone. Thank you for giving us all that emotion, and it is coming through the phone loud and clear from Qatar.
Loved it.
Which is just amazing. You give him a big hug from us. We love our Goody. 2 more games to go. Let's hope we can score. Stay safe over there, and we'll keep in touch when he gets his second goal versus Tunisia.
I will.
Done.
Thanks, boys. Have a great day.
Well,
see you, Caitlin.
What a delightful young lady.
Yeah, up and about, considering the...
Imagine the emotion of all of that.
Well, the late night and the early morning.
Correct.
Yeah.
So Caitlin said in the text too, so Ezra got jet lag, as she would have had jet lag, so didn't get to bed till late. Long flight with a young baby, a 1-year-old.
But imagine that, all the trials and tribulations that Goody's had to get there. Kate's seen it all. They lost their mum, their father's there. He starts. They didn't know he scores at the ninth minute.
I was concerned he wouldn't start, and just so good to see him when he lined up straight away. I thought,
well,
awesome.
It makes my good boy James a bit sick, doesn't it?
No, but that's the emotion that we love.
Good boy, Jimmy.
And well done to Goody.
Insignificant, scoring a goal in the World Cup.
Because remember, you
beautiful.
spoke to Goody before he left and
did.
said you've got to get Mbappe's shirt. So if you're going to pick your French stars, Olivier Giroud, who ties now with Thierry Henry as the highest scorer in the history of French football, Antoine Griezmann, who's an absolute star, or Mbappe. They're the three jumpers you want.
How good was Griezmann?
Oh,
he just sets it all up, doesn't he?
And Mbappe is worth every bit of his 9 mil of meat.
So how were we even...
A week, was it?
Yeah, but how were 9.1 million? How were we ever going to win that? That's okay. Goody got a goal in the 9th minute, and we'll forever remember that.
We're celebrating.
Well done. Caitlin Timmings joining us from Qatar. We'll get to the 5:30 headlines. On the other side, bit of news regarding Justin Langer, and we'll catch up with Richard Douglas.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. 5AA Breakfast.
Interesting chat last night with the Reserve Bank Governor, Philip Lowe, who warned Australians are facing more frequent supply shocks.
And it almost certainly involves a recession, perhaps a severe recession.
Informing Adelaide.
The Reserve Bank Governor weighed into that highly political space, given that the federal government's been providing him with a bit of cover over his ineptitude in predicting whether interest rates would rise or not.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide tech guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
If you're new to the whole Black Friday sales phenomenon, don't worry. All you need to know is you'll save heaps on a new phone from Harvey Norman. Oppo is one of the biggest phone brands in the world, and they're making big waves in Australia now. The Oppo Find X5 Pro 5G will take your photography experience to new heights with an advanced camera system paired with super fast charging and 1 billion colour bionic display. Normally valued at $1,799, the Oppo Find X5 Pro is slashed to under $1,000. Buy it now from Harvey Norman for just $999. Why not treat yourself and start the new year with some amazing new tech? Your nearest Harvey Norman has all the latest.
Check out this great offer at 5AA.com.au. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
Ray White, big name in real estate, but also the biggest name in business broking. What makes us big? Our people, like Brett Buckley and his team. MBA, lecturer, and multi-time SA Business Broker of the Year. Brett doesn't just read a P&L, he feels it. If you're selling or expanding your business, Brett can take your business apart and find you more money. And we're not talking small change. Go on, touch base with Brett. Search Ray White Business Sales SA.
Hi, it's Wayne from Wayne Phillips Kia. If you're considering a new Kia, look no further than SA's #1 Kia dealership, Wayne Phillips Kia at Ranella. We have a great selection of new demos and used cars all in stock, so you can get the absolute best deal. Drop in and take an extended test drive to Wirra Winery in McLaren Vale and enjoy coffee and cake on us. Don't buy anywhere until you meet our team and experience why we've been SA's #1 Kia dealership for the last 7 years. Wayne Phillips Kia, Main South Road, Ranella.
Whoa! That's Internode's NBN 50 plan. With typical evening speeds of 50 megabits per second, we may have made it... Whoa! Too fast! And it's just $59.99 a month for the first 6 months, then $79.99 a month. Call Internode on 13 66 33 to check availability. Seriously? Minimum charge is $359.94. Speeds may vary. New customers only. Offer may be withdrawn without notice.
The 5AA Sports Show Mystery Moment.
It's happening! It's happening!
Well, it is $900 thanks to the Barreau Hotel Group.
That's good numbers now.
If you would like a chance to win $900, all you got to do is tell us our mystery moment, 8223 0055. It's all thanks to the Barreau Hotels. This will save you money too. $10 off any steak every Thursday night at the Excelsior. The clue is Hamilton. Go to it, 8223 0055.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, I'm Michaela Kamarik. The Reserve Bank Governor says people have to accept wages can't keep up with inflation, saying the economy would falter. A 4-knot speed limit or fast walking pace has been introduced for boats on parts of the River Murray as floodwaters rise. Police in the US state of Virginia say multiple people have been killed in a mass shooting inside a Walmart store, and SA and Queensland have drawn in their Sheffield Shield clash at Adelaide Oval. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Woodville North, we've got a diesel spill, Hanson Road near Chapman Road. Croydon Park, traffic lights out of action there. Days Road near Regency Road. While at Salisbury North, got traffic light playing up there. Waterloo Corner Road near Silver Street. Busy at the moment, Henley Beach Road at South Road, and slow going for works at Bedford Park, Main South Road near Flinders Drive. Got cameras today, Pomputa Road, Modbury, and Sir Ross Smith Boulevard at Oakton. The Rebel Black Friday sale is now on. Get 30% off full price clothing. Exclusions apply. Hurry though, sale ends Monday. Rebel Sports is calling. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Mostly clear tonight, a low of 10. Mostly sunny tomorrow, a top of 24. Currently it's 19 degrees. More news at 6 o'clock and as it happens on 5AA.
Scraped your caravan? Your insurance should cover that. Speak to Walker Crash Repairs and let them fix it.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. The 5AA Sports Show Mystery Moments.
It's happening. It's happening.
Well, $900 for the Barrow Hotel, 27 to 6. Couldn't get the chocolates, the Socceroos. Can Brian do it for us, Timmy, in Port
Well, we're going to find out. Hamilton was the clue. Brian, do you know where to fit that into the mystery moment?
Well, if it says it's happening, it's happening. I don't know, but I haven't listened to the clues. So I reckon it might be Mike Tyson biting someone's ear.
Oh, Mike Tyson biting Evander Holyfield's ear.
Yeah.
It seems to come up in every single one of our sporting moments.
It's happening. He's eating his ear.
Chewy. Sorry,
Brian.
Brian.
Brian, sorry, mate, but you get a $50 voucher to the Barrow Hotel Group, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Good
Do
man.
you know that a bit of big book of this? Do you know that Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield have gone into business together and they are putting out edibles, medicinal marijuana edibles, in the shape of an ear?
Seriously?
Yeah. So you can buy one if you need an edible.
What is going on?
Anyway, put that in the book.
Is there a little chompy out of it?
Yeah, there is. I'll show you a photo. It's hilarious.
All right,
So
can we put that on our Rowey and Timmy Twitter
we'll share
account?
that with people.
A couple of texts, keep them coming in. Calls as well. We will love to take them. Stephen the Flog Row, your basketball credentials, ? That's Bucky from Two Wells. Well, I don't need basketball credentials, do I, to know that a bloke who played in the last quarter against a team when they were in front, didn't touch the agate, was a pretty ordinary game. What basketball credentials you need for that, Timmy?
Yes, I'm not sure, but I know where he's going. He's probably saying, like Leith was saying, that perhaps he may be being a bit harsh on him.
All right.
Has Nick Kyrgios won you over?
Nope.
Now, Rowey, before you go, I want to read this one because I know it's going to relate to what you're going to bring
the bloke
up.
that stood Mbappe.
Okay, who's running Cricket Australia PR at the moment?
Well, here we
Now,
go.
Wait on.
I'll
Read the comments on the
Timmy.
air, news, articles,
Okay.
social media. Everyone has lost the love they had for the Australian cricket team. And now, CA come out and support Cummins and Finch over Langer's comments. Why didn't they just let it slide? The team is on the nose for the Australian public. Now, that's Tim from Prospect. Now, I sort of tend to...
Is this North Melbourne Tim at Prospect?
It is indeed. It is indeed.
Actually should
yes.
apologise to me, and you should, because I didn't make that euthanised comment. I might have giggled about it when Pembo said it.
I think you were involved in it. That's
Tim,
what you were on the grassy knoll.
Yeah, I was. Tim needs to apologise to me.
So we'll just see how that goes.
No, here it is. Justin Langer won the World Cup in November. Did he or did he not? Then he went
not
on.
Him, the whole.
Well, the team did, but he was the
wins.
coach. He went on to win the Ashes and was rated the #1 Test team in the world. Did he or did he not? Then roll forward to Feb and he sacked. Now, he was filthy. Ex-teammates were filthy. I think we were a little bit shocked and amused. And then, along with all of that, the players clearly had him in the gun, didn't they? Did they have him in the gun?
There was rumblings beforehand, no doubt, before they even won those events, you're right.
But they said, here's some feedback. Go away, change a few things, be a bit softer, a bit more modern, which he did, and he got those things. Anyway, he had a local podcast, this is JL, and he decided Well, he's going to leave nothing on the table. He's going to spill his beans.
I was reading about all this in the paper. Everyone was being nice to my face, and I was reading about this stuff. I'm going, and half of it, I swear to God, on my kids' lives, it was like, I cannot believe this is one making the papers. I've got to believe there's, you hear a lot of journalists use the word source. A source says. I would say, change that word for coward. A coward says, not a source, because what do you mean a source says? They've either got an axe to grind with someone and they won't come and say it to your face, or they're just leaking stuff for their own agenda. I hate that. That's just so... But then, so Painey, we had this conversation and he goes, mate, I'm going to sleep. I said, mate, just be 100% honest with me. And I'm sitting there going, you're joking. Awesome. No worries. You'd imagine he was telling me to... It was like 1 out of 10, 1 out of 100. It was the easiest shit to change. I'm going, no, thanks, mate. And it was like a gift. People say, oh, very intense. Don't mistake intensity with honesty. Clear is kind, unclear is unkind. So tell the truth. We try and think we're being nice or think we're being soft and we're not clear. Be clear. Tim Payne was really clear with me. It was awesome. One thing I will always say, when people talk to me, they will never go to sleep at night wondering if it's the truth. And because it's clear, it's honest, it's kind. And then this is the killer for me, was that he gave me some feedback. Then I rang Finchy. I said, Finchy, we've been captain and coach for 4 years. He goes, yeah. I know. He goes, yeah, I've been a bit of a pussy, haven't I? I don't like confrontation. What do you mean confrontation, mate? Just tell me. So he'd tell me. I'm going, oh, yeah, cool. And he's going, what, you're not upset? No, what do you mean upset? This is so fixable. And I spoke to Pat Cummins. And Pat Cummins said to me probably 5 times, oh, mate, this might be brutally honest. I said, Pat, there is nothing brutal about your feedback. What's brutal is I'm hearing it behind my back through the media or through sources. And no one's telling me. There's nothing brutal. Tell me. Tell me, oh, yeah, no worries, great, mate. The hardest thing for me of it all, I've never said this publicly, right? The hardest thing for me of all of it was I got the feedback. I did something about it. We won the T20 World Cup. We won the Ashes. We were number 1 in the world. I've never enjoyed coaching more. I still got sacked. That's the hardest thing.
Why didn't you get to keep your job after getting better?
You'd have to ask Cricket Australia that, mate.
Well, what I take from that is, sadly, we're a fair way on. He's still hurting JL.
Oh, yeah.
And I doubt Aaron Finch and Pat Cummins will be on JL's Christmas list. And maybe it's a reflection on society. Can the modern man handle the truth? A man conversation. JL clearly was that. Give someone a rocket. I call it cold baked beans out the can. They say one thing and do another. Clearly that's what Aaron Finch and Pat Cummins did. And maybe that's why a little bit of the Aussie team's on the nose a bit. Do you think?
I don't know that it's over exactly that, but it's certainly there's an undercurrent, and again, it all probably came to a head when Sandpapergate happened, and from that moment onwards, people's characters were being sort of questioned, and then when this happened, I think people went, well, why is the coach gone, and why did players play a part in that?
But that's exactly right. So let's go back. Here's Sandpapergate. Buff was the coach.
That's right.
Warner did what he did with the 80 grit paper, and we know what happened with that.
Yep.
Buff goes. They get in Justin Langer, a hard-nosed, no-nonsense, team-building character whose passion for Australia and for being great is exceptional. Gets them to number 1, rubs a couple of the players up the wrong way, and then he goes. That's why Australia's got the cricket team on the nose. So the bloke that got parachuted in got boned out.
Ejected out. But what has happened here, as we've just sort of been alluded to, is that players were consulted by Cricket Australia when they were in this contract negotiation. Now, what's happened, and this is why Tim from Prospects actually put that text through. This is the response in the last hour from Cricket Australia CEO Nick Hockley.
Okay.
This is who
is also not on JL's Christmas list.
This is a direct quote. We have not commented to date other than to correct inaccuracies, of which there are a number in Justin's comments. Regular formal and informal opportunities to provide and receive feedback took place throughout his tenure, which is consistent with a high-performance environment. I don't think he's denying that. Following a comprehensive process, Justin was offered a short-term contract extension, which he rejected. I am disappointed by Justin's comments, unfairly criticising some of our players. The playing group are aware they have my full support. Now,
of course he does.
Interestingly, I think Justin...
All the players will get him out.
When Justin was offered the short-term contract, he's not being sacked, but he probably said, why are you giving me that? Because if you're serious about me being coach, you'll give me the proper
exactly
term.
Right. And he'd had the conversations with Finch and Cummins and knows where it's
and
heading.
Tim Payne,
and
said, this is fixable and I'll fix it.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe they thought he couldn't fix it. Yeah. Maybe there was other things that they were also didn't like conflict and didn't want to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll tell him. A lot of texts coming straight through on that. We'll take your calls on this one. Now you know why so many Australians are against the cricket team. Well, there's about 3 of those. What about this one? These clowns wanted Langer to bake them cupcakes. These absolute sparrows. Hello, Brian at Windvale.
Yes, good evening. Look, regarding the current situation with the cricketers, I think the cricketers themselves have lost a lot of people because of the way they treated Justin Langer. They were like a lot of schoolboys. I watched the interview Pat Cummins had after this all transpired, and he was like a rabbit in the headlights of a fast-approaching car. He disgraced himself, in my opinion. As far as Cricket Australia go, they ought to hang their heads in shame the way they treated Justin. They knew full well that he was not going to accept a 6-month extension of his contract.
Absolutely.
I think it was an insult,
Yep.
And they accepted the fact that I will give him this, he'll walk, and that'll solve our problem. It hasn't solved their problem. They look like an amateurish board.
Yeah,
it blew up, Brian. It blew up.
Oh, yeah, Brian, a terrific call. I'll give you a $50 powers voucher. That deserves it. That is a really, really good call. The people that have come out the weakest from this is Cricket Australia, the board and the executive. I rate Adam Gilchrist's integrity in a man. I rate Matthew Hayden, guys like Steve Waugh. When guys of that calibre come out in support of JR, not because he's his mate, how it was handled, how it was dealt with, well, that says to me something's on the nose. How you going, you big Barney head?
How are you, Rowey? You going all right, champ?
Yeah, we're going well.
Mate, just a couple of things. Just want to ask one quick question. When was the last time an Australian batsman's individual score beat the opposition's in a one-day match?
Well, Travis Heads.
That's what I'm saying. But besides last night, when was the last time?
Okay.
So there's one for you to have a little bit of
Well, I reckon maybe 100 innings of Sir Donald Bradman.
Yeah.
He would have had a couple, maybe, Barney. I don't know.
Yeah, no, just one-day matches, mate, because Test matches, obviously double innings. But, hey, look, I'm not a big fan. I know a lot of people are moving away from cricket because of the way that Pat Cummins has carried on over sponsorship deals and everything like that. It's like, you know what? Do as your boss tells you. You're getting paid, and just do your job. Leave the politics and the other stuff up to us.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm so disappointed. I love Pat Cummins, when he got his $1.4 million or $4 million to go and play in the IPL and everything. Have a look at some of the sponsors of his side over in the IPL. Yeah. He didn't say anything about them, did he?
Yeah. I'm a Pat Cummins fan.
They've lost me.
Yeah. Yep, you're right. You're right.
It's like I've always said to you, bro, it's very hard to get on a soapbox. You've got to be careful because you can fall off it pretty quickly if you haven't done your background, your homework. It's hard to be lily white in things, isn't it?
It is. I think if Paddy had his time again, he wouldn't have made that comment about Olympic gas.
He probably.
If he had his time again, I don't think he'll ever do that again. But I'm a fan of Pat. I think he's the modern cricketer. Look at how he goes about it, squeaky clean.
It's also death by 1,000 cuts. Like, there are so many problems in cricket. There's too much, the timing, the scheduling, and that adds to it too.
And look, this is one person's view of that horrible scenario. It's Justin Langer's view. You'd like to hear Finch and Cummins and Payne explain their conversations and just see what difference is in that. There's always the old 3 sides to a story, but he's very upset about it still. That's what it's about.
Oh, no.
He's still very upset about
sad,
it.
Isn't it?
And it's still eating him up inside. And I actually think he probably needs to go and get some counselling to get that off his chest, because unfortunately when you've got that inside you, the only person it hurts is
you.
Just festers away. Speaking of festering, the Santos Tour Down Under is back for 2022. That's not, but Tim Ginniver is, because he's taking part in it and he's a little sore today. He has burst out the Voltaren.
He's already scratched me.
He's got a wheat bag.
Timmy, there is no way you're going to be able to do it.
Which one?
Either.
Well, let me read.
I'm sorry, mate.
Let me read this script verbatim. Tim is excited to be strapping on the Lycra and having a crack at the 83-kilometre challenge tour. I'm checking for a decimal point. I reckon you could do 8.3 challenge tour.
It was
Stuart Grady
a little
and the team.
tough this morning.
If you would like to join and carry Tim in the peloton and you think you have what it takes, head to 5AA's win page, let us know, and listen out next week to see if you've made the cut. Timmy will be deciding who makes the cut. I believe in you, though.
No, I don't.
The Port Adelaide Spirit.
I saw it live.
He witnessed it.
I saw it live, and he won't wear Lycra. Yeah. If there is, I'm putting a shout out for you, Tim.
Yeah,
mate. I need a company that has an e-bike.
Yeah, or a jockey strap that I can put onto somebody else's bike.
You need some battery-powered power behind those little legs of yours.
Are you the Arjuna Ranatunga of the Tour Down Under? Will you need a rider on your behalf?
Yep. Anyone has an e-bike.
That's a very good description.
Timmy needs one.
A very good description.
The great Ian Healy line. You don't get a rider. The Santos Tour Down Under Challenge Tour returns. You can ride a UCI World Tour stage with Tim just before the pros do. Friday the 20th of January. Still got time to get ready.
You know, I haven't got the start time of this particular event, and after this morning, I'm a little concerned about it that I won't make it back for the drive show. So that's my only concern.
Visit tourdownunder.com.au. You might need to speak to Stuart O'Grady off air, Rowey.
What about me?
Well, I'm worried about my North Point Toyota charity ride for Make-A-Wish.
Yeah,
You'll be in the car with Brad Barone.
No,
trust me.
I'll be there. The Norton Summit's the thing that scares me now after this morning.
Yeah,
you said it's worse. You said it's 4 times worse.
We've got a coffee shop at the top. You just drive up to the coffee shop and you can start from there.
Can you sit on a bike on top of the North Point? You know how they're sort of attached to the...
That's smart.
And just
not silly.
pedal along as you're going
like
down the freeway.
Actual Santos Tour Down Under, the big balloon bike that they had. Yeah, a bit like that at the top. I like it.
Wow, that's turned pear-shaped. If you are buying a Mitsubishi, getting your car service, head to the all-new Wayville Mitsubishi, Southern Mitsubishi. Here's what's happening on the roads.
At Woodville North, look out for a diesel spill. Hanson Road near Chapman Road. Croydon Park, traffic lights out of action there. Days Road near Regency Road. And we're slow going for works at Hackney Road near Richmond Street. Busy, Henley Beach Road at South Road, with the Camera Smart Road, Modbury, and West Streets at Ascot Park. The new season of Below Deck is making waves. Stream new episodes now, the same day as the USA on HeyU. Head to heyu.com to try for free. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. 5AA's Variety Radiothon is on this Friday, and we're giving you the chance to bid on a Jayco Crosstrack Hybrid valued at over 48k, with all proceeds going to our friends at Variety, the children's charity. Choose your own adventure with the Jayco Crosstrack, designed for anyone who wants to get the most out of the great outdoors without compromising the creature comforts of home. Visit 5AA.com.au. Thanks to Jayco Adelaide, Variety SA, and 1395. Adelaide's 5AA.
Need a forklift? Don't just get a forklift, get a Toyota forklift. Toyota is the world's #1 forklift brand, with a great range of pallet jacks, walkie stackers and reach forklifts, right up to their leading Toyota counterbalance forklifts. Legendary reliability and safety with cleaner, greener electric options. Toyota can tailor the right forklift solution for you. It's all part of the Toyota Forklift Advantage. For more, visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au. Get a Toyota forklift.
Hey Strikers fans, TK here. Don't miss a minute of BBL action this summer. Remember these dates. Wednesday, December the 14th, our season opener against the Sydney Sixers at Adelaide Oval. Also, my birthday. Next up, it's the big one, December 31st. Adelaide's biggest New Year's Eve party returns to Adelaide Oval. You're all invited, but get your tickets quick as they're selling fast. For tickets to all BBL matches, visit adelaidestrikers.com.au, and I'll see you back at Adelaide Oval this summer.
A shock absorber, CV joint, or maybe a bearing kit. It may seem like just a four-wheel-drive part, but open it up and you'll find so much more. Each Terrain Tamer four-wheel-drive part is the culmination of 50 years of experience. Every break, every lesson, every setback far from home strengthens everything we do. So when you break down miles from home and you drag out our number, you'll know you're in safe hands. That's the Terrain Tamer connection, and it comes free with every part.
One of the great characters of Adelaide, this bloke, Barnesy. It's barbecue season, and it's the best place to buy a new barbecue, and it's from our friends at Barbecue Adelaide Weber stores, Jeps Cross, Mile End, brilliant stores, especially during the Black Friday sale, Rowey.
So you got to fire up your Weber Baby Q1000. Yeah. Now that's $299. That is sensational.
That's brilliant for when you're swagging.
If you haven't got one, oh my God, they're just the best. Plus get 10% off store-wide. They'll even match any advertised price on the same product. So if you see it anywhere else,
yeah,
boom.
That's it. Barnesy, the resident legend at the Barbecue Adelaide Weber stores, Jeps Cross, Mile End, tells us there's also 15% off all the rubs. Now, I've been there and actually tasted these rubs when it goes into the meat. Unbelievable. I do love a good rub. And so 15% off is brilliant. I'm going to fill the whole pantry with my favourites.
You love a good rub. What's a rub?
It's the spices and herbs that go on the outside of the meat.
Oh, and you rub it on.
Awesome.
With your hands, or you wear gloves?
You should wear gloves if you're not eating it.
Prepare to get lit at the Black Friday sale. On now at Barbecue Adelaide Weber stores, Jeps Cross, Mile End, into Cyber Monday. Is that Cyber Monday?
That's when it will.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll end
Make
then.
sure you say "G'day to Barnes." He might even break out in song.
Oh, he can sing.
He'll give you a few pointers as well. So get in there at the Webercube. Brilliant.
Stay protected from the sun and remember the 3 S's. Slip, slop, slap. Remember the 3 B's too. Bob Burns Blinds. Protect your home and family and get set for summer now with 30 to 50% off selected items at Bob Burns Blinds. That's 30 to 50% off our gorgeous range of window furnishings, including custom-made zip screen outdoor blinds. Get set for summer at Bob Burns Blinds with 30 to 50% off selected items. Book your free measure and quote today. bobburnsblinds.com.au.
At Coles, make the most of your Black Friday shopping with 15% off selected gift cards, like the Home and Active gift cards. Offer ends November 29th, in-store only. Limits and T's and C's apply.
Scraped your caravan? Don't worry. Call Walker Crash Repairs, your RAA-approved caravan crash repairer.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
6 minutes to 6.
Big news on the local front. There's a new assistant coach at the Bay. Yes, wouldn't you like to know who it is? Well, it's a Crow's best and fairest. It's Richie Douglas. G'day, Richard. How are you, mate?
Timmy, Rowey, boys, good to have me on. Thank you. Going well.
Hey.
Coaching, are you crazy? What's going on? Who told you coaching was a good thing?
No, I should have known better, shouldn't I? No, really excited. It's been a little while in the works down at the Bay, and first year out of footy in a long time, since probably being a kid, and really missed it. So really excited for the opportunity to get back into coaching at Stanford level, and also working in the women's space at the club. So dual sort of role and full time. So really looking forward to getting stuck in from next week, and trying to impart a bit of knowledge from what I've gained over the years, and also learn plenty as well. So really can't wait to get stuck in.
So who approached you about the gig, or did you find out about it?
Yeah, I've sort of been catching up with Paul Seneca, who's GM of footy at the club for a little bit, just a bit more as a bit of a mentor space, and just learning about his pathway and flag some interest in the admin side of footy and coaching, and obviously with the cap going up and spending at clubs helps from those roles to go from part-time to full-time. So that's enabled me to get involved, and coffee catch-up, sometimes they work. So get an opportunity, and looking forward to it.
Full circle, Dougie. You're a young lad when you got drafted in 05 and rocked up at Glenelg. We drafted you at back end then. That was what happened to Sanford. You played at Glenelg. So that's it. Yeah, that's it. A full circle for you.
Yeah, it's a nice story. Yeah, a lot of people have reminded me and tagged me in old photos, and nice to reminisce back then. And of course, I had you as my first midfield coach, Rowey.
Yeah.
Learned plenty off you, mate. Of course.
Well, I was going to ask that, Dougie.
He paused a bit there.
He did. I was going to say, what have you learned of your past coaches? And let's start with the first one.
That was all about rubbers back in the day.
It was good fun back then, absolutely, under rubbers. And it was a really good part of coming over as an 18-year-old. As you mentioned, touched on before, you go into that mini draft and you get aligned to local clubs. And I think draftees now miss a bit of that. They, get so institutionalised in the AFL system, and they don't get a chance to mix with other players from other clubs and build those local networks. So I really enjoyed that, and Glenelg's was a great club back then under Rummers, and we had a little bit of success winning a couple of finals, and was a nice memory. So yeah, to go back there, and none of those boys are still there now, obviously, but a bit of a tie back to the club, and obviously live down that area, so it's nice.
Big career move, Dougie. The Simon Black Academy, I know you headed that up. You're at St. Peter's, so where to for those?
Yeah, that's probably obviously not going to be able to keep working in that space. I really enjoyed my time at St. Peter's, learning about the college system, and obviously a fantastic school, well-resourced. So to learn a lot in that space and working with kids from the age of 12 to 18 has been really rewarding. And with the Simon Black stuff, a lot of that stuff's off-field in welfare and development. So really gained some really good skills, I think, to transition me into coaching and away from that elite environment, but now coming back into a sample system that is really passionate about, obviously, football and performing. That's probably something I've missed over the last 2 or 3 years. So, really can't wait to, work and coach in footy stuff, but also the, off-field stuff, and got a role in the women's space as well, and look forward to getting stuck in there and, cut my teeth at sample level, and hopefully that can prepare me for future endeavours.
Fantastic. I did feel for you for a sec there when Nor went on to win the flag. You just need to hang on for one more season, my little Dougie. Yeah,
well, it was funny. I'll tell a few boys that I had my exit meeting with Twig, late last year, and I said, I'm probably done. And normally you'd hope the coach would say, give me one more year, and he didn't offer that. He just said, good decision, I reckon you've had enough. So I was a little bit flat with that, but he obviously had a greater picture in mind. He wanted to move on a bit of Deadwood, and he's seen the growth from the young kids coming through. But that was super exciting to see them. He's an absolute super of a coach, Twig. He's got so much to offer at obviously Norwood, but at higher levels, I think he'll be back there in the not too distant future.
So, Richard, have a think about all the coaches you've had in your career, even if it's junior coaches and the like, and what do you think you'll take from them? What are you're going to develop your own style, of course, but what of those coaches will you take with you?
A great question, Tim. It's a whole combination of things, really. Sometimes it's not just the good stuff to it. Sometimes it's stuff that you maybe don't want to do. Not saying that I had some poor coaches or anything, but collectively, I think what you learn, you've got to try and mould that together and come up with your own philosophies, and that is certainly not set in stone. That's something I'm still coming up with, but I'd like to be a really attacking coach, really put a lot of trust and responsibility on the players, but also have that ruthless streak where you demand that excellence. But I've got some real philosophies in the game and how it should be played, and a lot of that has come from as recently as Twig and the way he likes the game to be played with defence. Pikey was excellent with the offence side of things. Craigie sort of drove those high standards and preparation, and Sando brought that bit of flair and excitement in the way we played. So when you bundle it all up together, you sort of come up with your own philosophies, and then you want to put your individual twist on it as well. So as I said, still evolving, but as is the game itself now, it never stands still, does it? So you've got to sort of adapt with it.
And Brady Hand, have you sat down with him? He's the senior coach.
Yeah, I've met with him. Yeah, obviously had a fair few discussions and get a feel for where he's at and where the club's at with game style, their list profiling. They've obviously got some really good senior players still, and to be fair, probably underachieved last year, I thought. So they'll be looking to get a spike back in performance. I think they've got the list certainly to do that. So being able to assist him will be really exciting. He's got a wealth of experience being at the Giants, I think, for 12 years, right from their inception. So looking to learn plenty from him. And Sammy Balderstone also at the Bays. Had some time with him at Norwood. He's a ripper fella and got a bright future in footy as well. So, it's really good to be back involved in footy. I'm really excited.
Excellent.
I can't wait to get stuck in.
And obviously a really understanding partner with a little baby girl. Arrived not long, Archie 2.5. Gee whiz, mate. All the best with that.
She was involved in footy when I was at the Crows. She knows what it's all about. So, yeah, obviously when you make these calls, it's a family decision. But
It is.
thankfully, we're only about 500 metres from the Bay Oval, so I can literally roll out of bed and roll into the office. So it makes it a touch easier. But if I'm happy, she's happy.
Great appointment for Glenelg. Dougie, all the best and thanks for your time.
Cheers, boys. Have a good day.
Richard Douglas, our guest.
Great man, Dougie, and a great appointment for the Tigers.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and TImmy G. Online, on DAB Digital Radio, and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Mostly clear tonight, a low of 10. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Michaela Kamarik.
All new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander with 10-year warranty, 10 years capped price servicing at Agostino Mitsubishi.
More flood briefings will be held in the coming days for River Murray shack and houseboat owners. Water flows are expected to peak within weeks, with the second flow peak tip for late December or early January. Police Commissioner Grant Stevens says there are significant challenges ahead.
Some things are going to be severely impacted, and I think there's a lot of work that has to be done, and there's also the big recovery effort to support people who are affected by this, businesses, the agricultural sector, irrigators, tourism. All of these areas are going to be heavily impacted, and we're planning for that already because we know what's going to happen.
Restrictions on boating and aquatic activities have also been introduced along the river, including a 4-knot speed limit in certain locations. 4 knots is commonly referred to as fast walking speed. The Reserve Bank says workers must accept lower wages or risk Australia falling into recession. Michael Packey has more from Canberra.
An interest rate hike next month will blow another hole in household budgets. But RBA boss Philip Lowe argues lifting wages is not the answer to the problem. He says for the time being, pay packets can't keep up with inflation, as that will make the situation worse and potentially lead to job losses.
This is what happened in the 70s and 80s, and that turned out to be a disaster.
But Dr Lowe has copped a sharp rebuke from Government Minister Bill Shorten.
It's just rubbish.
Labor is trying to negotiate the passage of its IR laws through Parliament, which are designed to increase wages for lower paid workers.
The state government has launched a new road safety campaign in partnership with the Get Home Safe Foundation and supercar driver Todd Hazelwood. It's calling on Adelaide 500 racegoers to stay safe on the road. Police Minister Joe Sockarch says 486 lives have been lost on our roads over the past 5 years.
This campaign, Leave It on the Track, is a really important reminder that we want the risks, we want the excitement, we want the speed and the adrenaline to be on the track, but it's everyone's responsibility to leave the racing on the track.
Multiple people have been killed in a shooting at a Walmart store in the US state of Virginia. The reports a manager called his colleagues into a break room and opened fire before turning the gun on himself. Police believe the shooter acted alone, and at this stage there's less than 10 people who've been killed. And Qantas is lifting its half-year profit forecast ahead of what is expected to be a bumper Christmas. The carrier says consumers are putting a high priority on travel ahead of other spending categories. It expects an underlying profit before tax of up to $1.45 billion, an increase of $150 million on predictions made last month. Now turning to 5AA sport, and the Socceroos are turning their attention to their World Cup clash with Tunisia after a hefty loss to start their campaign. Craig Goodwin gave Australian an 18-minute 1-0 lead over France, but the Aussies went down 4-1. Coach Graham Arnold says they haven't lost hope of advancing to the knockout stage in Qatar.
We've been working hard on building that belief, and the way we started, I think that they believed. We just got punished by our mistakes, and the delivery of their crosses was right on target. But that's that game gone. It was good that the other result was a draw, and now it's about winning on Saturdays.
Outgoing AFL CEO Gil McLachlan plans to leave the role after round 5 of next season, and close to 120 boats will contest this year's Sydney to Hobart yacht race, including 4 Supermaxis. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Samri. They don't grade cheese, they do great things. Get into it at samri.org.au.
At Hindmarsh, we've got a crash on South Road near Bacon Street. I'm told there's a lot of tyre squealing involved in that one. Woodville North, a diesel spill, Hanson Road near Chapman Road, while at Hampstead Gardens got a burst water main, Muller Road near Paul Avenue, left-hand lane closed there. Cameras, South Road, Edwardstown and Smart Road at Modbury. Auto One's price glitch sale is on now with 35% off Maguire's Ultimate, 20% off hand tools plus Rhino Rack, GME and more. Hurry into Auto One, ends Monday, T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota forklift advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Mostly clear tonight, a low of 10. Mostly sunny tomorrow, 24. Friday sunny and 31. And Saturday a shower or two and a top of 27. Right now it's 19 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
A grandmother, the victim of a random and violent home invasion at Modbury. Rail Review, the investigation into how an Adelaide train ran off the tracks. Why paying for an O-Bahn ride is now as easy as a tap of your credit card. The retail revolution sweeping Australia will have the best deals. And Craig Goodwin's father proud as punch after an historic World Cup goal from Adelaide's own Socceroo. I'm Brenton Raglis. See the full story on 9 News, happening now.
Do you live in a low reception area? A Telstra Go repeater can maximise your coverage, improving your call experience and giving you consistent data performance. And if you're a resident of the Mount Barker or Adelaide Hills Council areas, you may be eligible for a subsidy of up to $888 on your Telstra Go repeater, antenna and installation. To learn more, register your interest online or visit us at our Mount Barker or Adelaide CBD store.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide Tech Guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
If you're new to the whole Black Friday sales phenomenon, don't worry. All you need to know is you'll save heaps on a new phone from Harvey Norman. Oppo is one of the biggest phone brands in the world and they're making big waves in Australia now. Experience immersive entertainment, view vivid and colourful images, perfect for today's trendsetters. The Oppo Find X5 5G sports a frosted matte glass with a silky gloss feel, but what really makes it stand out for the crowd is its powerful 50 megapixel camera and vivid colour screen with 1 billion colour display. Normally valued at $1,399, the Oppo Find X5 is slashed to $899. Why not treat yourself and start the new year with some amazing new tech? Your nearest Harvey Norman has all the latest.
Check out this great offer at 5AA.com.au. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
You're probably thinking, do I need to get out of the city for the weekend? Well, you can. Head straight to the Riverland and experience the comforts of the all-new Riverview Villas at the Berry Hotel.
It's a great place, Berry. I know that firsthand. Basically grew up in Berry in my summer holidays.
Probably 30 years of holidays there.
Yeah, how good's that?
I love it.
No wonder we didn't meet at the Vines at some stage.
Yes, that would have been good.
You would have been down the rich end and I would have been down the poor end.
There's a rich end?
Yeah, no, there's probably not. Great spot for a getaway too, the Berry Hotel. It is amazing. The new villas boast private decks with, well, revitalising river views. Revitalising?
It's going to be up and about.
Yeah, okay. But you still enjoy very metro level amenities like gorgeous bathrooms, gorgeous, and king-size beds and amazing, well, dishes at the bistro. The food there is exquisite.
Yeah, look, it means you can still get a schnitzel, no dramas whatsoever, but there's new favourites as well, just things that'll just, tickle the taste buds. Don't worry about that. And don't worry, the sports bar has big screens everywhere.
Thing is, you can get to Berry Hotel in a couple of hours. It's the perfect place for your summer getaway. Book now, berryhotel.com.au. Tell them Timmy G sent you.
Yeah.
Get back on the road in the all-new Toyota Hilux at Jarvis Toyota. A 2.8 litre diesel delivering 20 kilowatts more power, plus over 10% improved fuel economy. Rediscover the road in the all-new Toyota Hilux at Jarvis Toyota.
You don't have to be a curator to find artworks you can't get anywhere else in the world. Just visit Art by FIVEAA. They're proud to host unique Indigenous artworks in their gallery and even prouder sending these artworks home to be admired for years to come. All pieces at Art by FIVEAA are ethically sourced, directly supporting Indigenous artists and communities. Visit the incredible range at 1070 South Road, Edwardstown. Art by FIVEAA, a family company specialising in Indigenous art.
The 5AA Sports Show.
Oh, what a kick!
Rowey and Timmy G.
11 minutes after 6. More of your calls coming up very shortly. You can send in a text, 0448 08 1395. Someone said that, Tim, on your ride. If you do struggle and you're on the back of the North Point Toyota, just wear your 7 premiership medals and you can just wave to everyone like
Well, there you go. No, that's not smart.
They'll just weigh me down.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Peter says, has nothing to do with Australian cricket. The players are preaching from the book of woke.
They are.
People love that word. Now you know why so many Aussies are against the cricket team, and Langer seems to be a man with a shovel. Not sure running it through the media is going to do him much service, says Ian from Glen Osmond.
It's the word of the 22s. Why don't you like it? You don't believe in woke.
No, I believe in woke, but everything gets labelled as woke. That's woke.
So it was politically correct, and then the next version
Correct.
on politically correct is woke.
Yep. But woke rhymes with broke, so people love it, and they use it whenever they can.
I've given it a belt on this show.
You love it. And that's fine. You can do that. If you'd like to send a text, 0448
I tend to give things a belt.
1395.
I'm like Blakey. I just overcook it, don't I?
Or you can call, or you can get to us via social media or the emails. Hannah Ewing's on the show earlier, of course, won the Rising Star for Port Adelaide in the AFLW. But, Rowey, bit going on with the Crows.
Our Crows girls, well, they lost to Brisbane in the prelim. They had a fair crack, but maybe never really in it. On the line is the Crows premiership coach. We speak of Matthew Clark. Doc, thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys. Good to be here.
Has it been a big, long, tough, exhausting season? It looked like that in the end, or was it just emotions drained the girls in the end?
No, I don't think it was the emotion of the occasion. I think, all season we probably haven't been 100% at our absolute best, but we've found ways to win games. And we felt as though, we obviously got into a prelim and we were a legitimate chance to maybe pinch it, whereby, Brisbane and Melbourne have probably been the two dominant sides of this season. But in the end, we came up short. We probably needed a little bit of luck, and it didn't break our way.
What about for you, Doc? Well, you've done almost the Crowded House song, 2 seasons in 1 year, mate. So you've had a first and a third, but has it taken a bit of a toll on yourself, just, preparation and the like?
Yeah, I found there was definitely a level of sort of physical and mental fatigue across the group, and that included all of our staff. But the reality is it was the same for our opponents as well. So we're in a competitive environment, and unfortunately we weren't able to manage it as well as others. So look, we're still really proud of the season in terms of some of the wins that we had were outstanding. Found ways when it looked like things were going against us, and got to an 8-2 record through the minor round. But in the end, we're in it to win it. We're not really that interested in coming third, to be honest. So, no, we're pretty disappointed.
Were the players that you lost in the pre-season just too impactful on the depth?
Look, I think we have the depth to cover that. I think probably if I reflect on why we didn't perhaps attain the same level, there was a turnover, and that does take a period of time to, gel as a new unit. But it was probably continuity in our preparation. We probably just didn't have. We just had some constraints which didn't allow us to really get into that really good rhythm of continuous training at a really high level. And we trained hard, no doubt. But I think on reflection, even as we were going through it, we knew we weren't 100% where we needed to be, but we were hopeful that we could build towards the back end. And in some respects, we did do that through the season. But in the end, it was just a couple of teams that did it better.
Yeah, and those teams were Brisbane and Melbourne. When you played them, I just thought they looked far quicker at speed of ball movement forward, but not only that, their leg speed, Doc. Are they 2 areas you need to work on maybe next year in recruitment?
As I'd say, often when your opponents have got the ball and they're moving it efficiently, they look pretty quick.
Yep.
6 months ago, that wasn't an issue, so I don't think the physical capacity of the teams has changed dramatically, but there's no doubt you need to prepare yourself in a way that enables you to maximise that, and we can go to work on that. But in the end, particularly in probably the game against Melbourne, our ball use was we started with like a house on fire, but we played a fairly dull game with the ball in hand after quarter time. So we reflected on that. We came out and sort of remedied that to a degree against Collingwood, even in really trying conditions. And as I say, against Brisbane, three quarters of it was pretty good. We had a 10-minute patch where we lost our way, and as I say, going into that game, we needed everything to go right, and unfortunately, a few things didn't go right. So that's the nature of high-end sport. You've got to be absolutely at your best on the day, and we weren't quite there.
A couple of players that jumped up. I thought Chelsea Bedell, of course, All-Australian last night. She did very well, and I thought Caitlin Gould really jumped out the box too.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of where we head, the exciting piece, and it's the same across the league. It's not unique to us, but there's just a wave of emerging talent, and for us, it's probably those players that have been in the system 3 or 4 years now, and just finding their feet at the level and recognising that not only are they good players, but they can be really good players. So clearly, Chelsea Bedell's selection All Australian is just outstanding recognition of probably the 2 seasons she put together.
Yeah.
So season 6 was equally really strong, but she probably then just cemented that this time around and was duly acknowledged.
You're a statesman now of the AFLW, or certainly a valued voice. When do you think the season should be played, Doc?
It's an interesting one. They're working through that at the moment. I think they'll probably try to create a bit of stability and leave it as it's been. But the longer term position is interesting. I feel there's a pretty good argument. I don't mind the idea of it concluding, just prior to the AFL season, so that you do get. I guess the downside of it was good in that it's got the crossover and some opportunity to promote through the AFL final series. But there's no doubt that by the end of an AFL season, there is a degree of footy fatigue out in the community. Whereas just in the past, when the AFLW was kicked off, there has been that break. So that's something for them to continue to look at. I don't think that'll change. That change will come in the next season. I think that having made the shift, they'll be keen to try and see if they can bet it down. There's certainly some upsides, and maybe some downsides as well.
What about the things like you get 10 games a year? They want more. A lot of the girls want longer quarters, like the men. They want to be full time. How quick do we move on all of that, Doc?
Yeah, I think it's the league ultimately will be chasing sustainability. So exponential growth through 6 seasons, unbelievable growth, and now we hit this patch where we've got to try and make sure that we can sustain that. I'd love to see more games. How quickly we could get to a 17-game season, I'm not sure. That probably rests with the broadcaster to some degree. But I think the one which would make a significant difference to the spectacle of the game actually would be just to increase the quarter length by probably 2 to 3 minutes a quarter. I don't think it needs to get as long as the men's game. In some respects, I think men's footy goes too long per quarter.
Yeah.
But there's no doubt that scoring would open up dramatically, and the players are well and truly capable of running out an extra 2 or 3 minutes a quarter. It's when they brought the length of game in initially, it was the game was coming from amateur status, and we're 6 years on, and the players are, as I say, they're capable, and it would improve. In my opinion, it would improve the game. So they might look to move on that one, but once again, broadcasters like a nice short, sharp product that they can get in and out of pretty quick. So that might not be one that we can shift too quickly on either.
Doc, you're a qualified vet, and I do remember they cloned a sheep once, Dolly.
Yeah,
I'm just wondering whether you want to perhaps...
Where's you going here, Doc?
Whether you want to clone Chelsea Randall, because you threw around a bit this year. She played everywhere. It'd be great to have 3 of her.
Yeah, well, I think that's the champions of the game, isn't it? You think, well, why can't we have one of them at either end, one in the middle? But no, I was really excited for Chelsea this season in terms of... she had a really interrupted season 6 and was pretty frustrated with her body by the end of that. But to get through pretty much the whole season, did an ankle late, but get through the whole season. And, she's already had an extensive career, but I thought she played some of her best footy of her career this year in multiple positions. But so that was great. And I thought it was great that she was recognised All Australian. There was definitely a danger that she would miss out because the coach didn't let her settle into one spot. But I thought that was appropriate recognition for her season.
What about you, Doc? You're still up for the fight? You're going to lead the girls again? You're going to go on?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one, isn't it? When you win, you feel pretty good. And when you don't win, you don't feel so good. The fire burns a little bit, even a couple of days down the track. You're sort of like, we went to the AFLW awards, and I thought, I don't really like going to those awards because you only have to go if you don't make the grand final. So it was a great night, but I would have rather not be there. So we'll probably load up and. But yeah, we'll work through that. But it's certainly a really enjoyable and rewarding role. So while you're having fun, you may as well stick out.
Yeah, you've got a good team. You go on the right way. Thanks for your time. It is a remarkable season. To think in 7, you've played in 5 prelims. You only lost one. You've been in 4 grand finals and won 3. Swap you. I'll take you all day, every day.
Yeah,
well done. Thanks for your time.
Doesn't feel like it this week, but I'm sure in time we'll reflect that might be the case.
Yeah, good work. Doc Clark, I guess. Hey, 8 wins, 2 losses. Brisbane and Melbourne were clear the better teams. Work to do over pre-season, do some trades, get a bit better. They'll be around the mark.
They will indeed. Doc Clark, our guest, 21 after 6.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. Say goodbye to power bills for good and access clean green energy from the sun with a 10 kilowatt rooftop solar system valued at $14,000 thanks to NRG Solar. 5AA's Radiothon is on this Friday, giving you the chance to bid on this amazing solar system thanks to NRG Solar, with all proceeds going to our friends at Variety for children's charity. Visit 5AA.com.au. All thanks to NRG Solar, Variety SA and $13.95. Adelaide's 5AA.
Top of the list? First pick, numero uno. If you've been dreaming of choosing a new Mazda, Mawson Lakes Mazda want to give you preferential treatment. New stock has arrived, and right now you can take first pick of the Mazda range and lock in an amazing deal. Get behind the wheel of your dream Mazda sooner. See the new stock available for delivery now. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city.
Like shocks shooting through your body.
That's how some people describe their shingles pain. Shingles is caused by the reactivation of the chickenpox virus. While most people recover fully, up to 25% may experience long-term complications.
I had to cancel all my plans and struggled to work.
Up to 1 in 3 people risk developing shingles in their lifetime.
If you're 50 or over, don't let shingles affect your plans.
Talk to your doctor for more information. Individual symptoms may vary. Sponsored by GlaxoSmithKline Australia, Melbourne.
First day of my new business, insured by QBE. Cue the lights. Cue the first customers.
Hello.
Cue the morning rush. Cue the unavoidable. Cue the call to QBE.
Hi, sorry.
Cue the quick response.
We'll get that sorted for you.
QBE Insurance on queue for thousands of small businesses before and after. Search QBE SME or talk to your broker today.
See qbe.com/au for eligibility, the PDS and the TMD to decide if this product is right for you. The product issuer is QBE Insurance Australia Limited.
Road trips, adventures, winding roads and long straights. All the good times we spend behind the wheel. It's important through all of them you stay protected. Mobile Synergy Fuels protects your engine from the first fill. Mobile Synergy Fuels. Engine protection sorted.
That's Gabby, absolutely slammed, shopping for Christmas gifts. Yep, she's using OnePass to get free delivery from Kmart, Target, Catch and Bunnings Warehouse, all for just $4 a month. OnePass, too easy. Start your free trial. Exclusions, T's and C's apply.
G'day, Jim. How was your stay in the all-new Riverview Villa at the Berry Hotel?
Oh, Pete, it was very nice.
Berry? Do you mean very, mate?
No, I mean very nice. The Berry Hotel's all-new villas have very comfy beds, very nice waterfront dining, and I played a pretty good round of golf too.
Don't you mean very good round of golf, mate?
No, it wasn't that good.
The Berry Hotel, just a couple of hours from Adelaide. It's the very perfect place for your summer getaway. Book now at berryhotel.com.au. These new waterfront villas are booking very fast.
Gazza, time to down tools.
Mate, TGIF.
Yeah, nah, TGIBF.
Oh, what, like best friends?
Black Friday at Toolkit Depot.
Oh, right, yeah, we can do that too.
Get epic Black Friday deals, like 20% off selected hand tools and power tool accessories and up to 50% off workwear. More deals in-store and online. Stock is limited, so get in quick. Toolkit Depot, your Trade Pro partner.
Scraped your caravan? Your insurance should cover that. Speak to Walker Crash Repairs and let them fix it.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
25 minutes after 6, you can hear the genius of John Blake from 7 o'clock tonight, but something caught your fancy, gave you a little bit of a giggle this morning.
Yeah, it did.
S-Row. That would be behind closed doors.
And when we get behind closed,
$13.95. Adelaide's 5AA. This is the Saturday Sports Show. KG and Cornsey.
Welcome back, folks. Saturday Sports Show. Graham Corns, the great man himself.
No, come on, Stud. Don't start that stuff.
KG Cunningham.
Yes, we're here and we're fired up, Stud.
You can ring us, folks, on 8223 0000. That's the number.
No, come on, Studley. Fire it up a bit, son.
What do you mean?
Put some life into it. 8223 0000. That's our number. Try like that, Stud.
8223 0000. That's our number.
Oh, that was pathetic. 8223 0000. You can ring now because that's our number.
That's our number.
That is our number.
That's our number.
You're getting there, Studley. You've got a bit of a goofy voice, though.
Oh, I'm trying.
Fair dinkum. How did you go when you were coaching the Crows, Studley?
What do you mean?
I don't know how you fired up your players in a quarter-time huddle, Stud.
Well, I managed to.
With that voice, I doubt it, Stud.
Come on, you blokes, get out there and mark the ball.
No, they would have thought you were joking.
No, well, they didn't.
They all thought you were doing an impersonation of that cartoon dog.
Which one?
Goofy.
Oh, that's not fair.
Come on, you blokes, get the ball moving down the corridor.
Oh, very funny.
I want to see some movement in the goal square.
I'll have you know, KG, I commanded respect from my players.
Yes, you absolutely did, Stunny.
I did.
They all thought you were funnier than the Simpsons.
Oh, that's not. Bye, Ken. Bye, folks.
Yeah, say hello to Mickey and Donald for me.
Oh, that was one of his best. God, I like that one. That really
so
tickled my fancy this morning.
What do you say?
He's a genius.
What
mate.
do you say?
What?
Well, you were in that squad. You were in that
Nah,
team.
Stud was outstanding.
Was he
was a
inspiring?
very, very good motivator.
Good orator?
He was very good.
Orator.
He was very, very good.
Before we get to the break, on the other side, we'll hear from Carl Viet, the coach of Craig Goodwin, who, of course, scored for the Socceroos. Rowey, you know, there's a lot of Lycra in this room at the minute. Rowey's pulling on the Lycra for the North Point Toyota Rowey's Ride to Rusden for the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
3rd of December.
Next
it's
Saturday.
Rowey's Ride number 2. We're going to... All next week on Brekkie and Drive, we're going to have some good auction items and that. And
So 20
raise
cyclists,
money. Yep.
epic ride, High Marsh Square to Rusden Winery in the Barossa, and we would love your support because, again, you're doing it for the kids. You're granting
Correct.
wishes for kids who need it, and you got hammered through COVID.
Well, we did. The average wish is about $6,000. It's to give kids with life-threatening illnesses, to help dreams come true. So whatever their imagination is for a wish, we try to fulfil. We've got an absolute ripper. We're going to announce that on Brekkie on Monday. It's one of the real beautiful ones.
So if you listen all next week
Yep,
to Rowey
next
and
week.
Timmy G, from 4 o'clock you can find out about these auction items. You can donate if you like. You don't have to bid for an item. Just want to throw some money in for Make-A-Wish. Do it at roweysride.com.au. Get behind the folks on the North Point Toyota Rowey's Ride to Rusden. You'll see Tim.
Donate.
His bike will be bolted to a North Point. He'll have his 7 medallions on. He'll be waving like the Queen or just giving people the peace sign Pope style.
The little jockey strap here.
All the way to
Jimmy.
the Barossa. And it's all for the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G. 5AA Breakfast.
Interesting chat last night with the Reserve Bank Governor, Philip Lowe, who warned Australians are facing more frequent